This copyrighted telecast has been presented by the Houston Aeros and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Houston Aeros.
Over the last 7 days, the Houston Aeros have faced off with the top teams in the Eastern Conference. The Aeros split a weekend pair with Detroit, but ran into hot Cyclone goaltending and dropped a couple to Cincinnati. Tonight, the scene shifts to the Western Conference as the Aeros try to calm the Thunder. So have a seat and enjoy, because we're going to make your head spin. Saturday Night on Ice is next. Live from the Summit in Houston, Texas, it's Saturday Night on Ice. Tonight, the Houston Aeros host the Las Vegas Thunder in live International Hockey League action. Very pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Summit. I'm Adam Gordon. The Aeros trying to snap a 3-game losing skid tonight, and they'll do it against one of the top teams in the IHL, the Las Vegas Thunder. I bring in my broadcast partner, Mike Greenlay. And Greener, it will not be an easy task because in goal, the Thunder are led by one of the best. He was great in the NHL, and he's just spectacular in the eye, Curtis Joseph.
Certainly, I don't think Las Vegas, when they got him from the Edmonton Oilers, I didn't think they realized that they were having him for so long, but they have enjoyed the fruits of his labor for quite some time now.
Well, and they've enjoyed the fruits of a lot of labor offensively. They're led by a couple of guys, one offensive and a defenseman. Greg Hoggood is the defenseman, Todd Simon the forward. Both have played very well this year.
Todd Simon, 18 goals, 32 assists, and he's doing a great job. And Greg Hoggood leads the IHL in defenseman scoring. And so, yeah, they have it on both forward and defensive line.
You know, all year the Aeros have been using Paul DiPietro as their main offensive catalyst, but the other night it must be great to see Mark Freer getting a pair.
It certainly is. He played really well last weekend versus Detroit, and he brings that into this week's games versus Cincinnati. He had 2 goals, so good job by Mark Freer.
And he got a nice goal here. Sylvain Turgeon going into the net there, but Freer picks up the loose puck and pumps it in there, and he gets his first of 2 to bring the Aeros back within the hockey. In fact, he would score a minute later, and he is playing really well with his new line combination of Graham Townsend and Sylvain Turgeon.
Sylvain Turgeon set up both of those goals last game, and Townsend is really the story of the month. He's really played well, and he's starting to add some assists now as well as goals.
The playmaking ability that he has brings us to our Oshman's game plan. It's brought to you by Oshman Super Sports USA, and I'll tell you what, Vegas a fast team. Aeros need to forecheck tonight.
They certainly do. The only way to score on a team like this is to hem them in their own zone, and forechecking is going to be the #1 key. Number 2, transition game. When you get that puck in your defensive zone, you have to move it up quickly to your forwards so you can get some offensive power going. And last, hey, let's get physical. The only way you slow down a team like Las Vegas is to hit them.
All right, and we'll find out exactly what the Aeros have in mind. We'll visit with the head coach, Terry Ruskowski. That's next. This is Saturday Night on Ice. UPN 20's Saturday Night on Ice is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, by Columbia Healthcare Partners, by Chrysler Plymouth, by Dodge, by Jeep Eagle, and by Whataburger. Welcome back to the Summit, everybody. Adam Gord with the head coach of the Aeros, Terry Ruskowski. And Terry, first of all, let's just forget about the game for a second. I think some great news with Mike Hurlbut walking again and into the locker room, a smile. What a scary moment the other night.
I tell you, thank God that he put his head up instead of down. We talked about that after the next day when I was talking to Jerry Mines, our trainer. And we took everybody in the dressing room. And we said, if you ever have the situation, don't put your head down, put it up. And he was smart enough to put it up, even though he took one on the chin. And a couple bones or something broken back in the back of his neck, mind you. But he should be skating within a week.
Yeah, and the funny thing is even though it was his first game and guys really don't know him, is this something maybe the guys can rally around?
Well, I sure hope so. I think one of you guys put it pretty well that the game was insignificant after that injury. Just hope to God that he was able to walk and to have all of his limbs and all of his bodily functions there. So it's very important. And I hope that even though we don't know him as well as we should, because he just got here for one day, that we can rally around that situation.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about the hockey team coming into tonight's game. The Las Vegas Thunder rated the best team in the IHL. I mean, this has been a tough stretch for your hockey club.
I tell you what, every team we've been facing last little while have been very, very strong teams. Cincinnati, very strong team. Vegas, same scenario. Their defense will come up all night. They handle the puck very well. They shoot well. They've got good goal scorers, and they've got some toughness. So we're facing a challenge tonight, and hopefully we can overcome that.
All right, well, good luck tonight.
Thank you, Adam.
Okay, that's head coach Terry Ruskowski. It's the Aeros and the Las Vegas Thunder. When we return, we'll be right back.
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. Here are 3 more new choices, but they aren't cars. They are 3 choices that make it easier for you to drive a new Dodge. Choose from generous cash incentives or exceptional interest rates or extremely low lease rates. The Dodge Buyer's Choice Sale. Why would you choose to buy anyplace else?
So what's it going to be, Dion? Football or baseball?
Both, boss.
Both?
Both.
Offense or defense?
Both.
Both?
Both.
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 Pizza Hut.
Meat lovers or stuffed crust pizza?
Both.
Both?
Both.
Want it all? Now Pizza Hut offers our Lovers Line toppings. Meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, or supreme. Piled high in a stuffed crust pizza.
So what'll it be, Dion? 15, 20 million?
Both.
Both. You'll love the stuff we're made of.
Welcome back to the Summit, everybody, along with Mike Greenley, Adam Gordon with you as we get set for the Aeros and the Las Vegas Thunder. Aeros 10-19-2, trying to gain some ground on the Atlanta Knights, and the Thunder 21-5-3, leading the Southwest Division with 45 points. In goal for the Thunder, for the Aeros, Troy Campbell, 5-11 on the year, a 4.52 goals against average, and boy, I'll tell you what, the Aeros just looking for this guy to really get back into the groove. But I'll tell you what, you talk about grooves, and it's the guy he is facing in goal for the Las Vegas Thunder, Curtis Joseph. Rumor on him could be that this is going to be his last game before he goes home, spends some time with his family. And the rumor also has it is that Edmonton is very close to signing him. That's who has his rights, and we'll see what happens in the weeks to come. It could happen very quickly, or it might take some more time, but they are talking, and I guess they're close to coming up with an agreement as a shot comes on to Troy Gamble, and he will hold on. So that is good news for Aero fans, but I know the Las Vegas Thunder, I'll tell you what, no slouch. Their backup is Pokey Reddick, and I'll tell you what, I talked to Bob Strum before tonight's game, Greener, and he was telling me how well Pokey Reddick has been playing. It's raised his level of game since having Curtis Joseph back.
Well, it's something that a lot of goaltenders will tell you is if they have a little bit of competition in the tandem, they're going to perform so much better because it just naturally brings their game up. And that's what's happened with Pokey Reddick.
Off the face-off, Aeros have it. Yo trying to bring it to the line, out to the point, and Sharples held it in at a right point. Back down is Jakes. He'll turn for Houston. Move it up the right side. He's drilled by Darcy Lowen. Oh, I'll tell you what, Darcy Lowen is one guy. He just moves north and south, and that is it. And he is a very fierce competitor, and he knows how to hit. It is Slivchenko at center ice. Slivchenko trying to sidestep a check. It's batted away. The Aeros finally scoop it into the Las Vegas zone, and Joseph is there. Not even giving up 2 goals a game is Curtis Joseph, and here come the Thunder to center. Zoltak across the line with Rogers. The shot right on. Gamble makes the save, and turning is Carl Valamont. Valamont jammed into the boards by Rogers, and the Aeros turning, trying to clear it out of there. Rogers came in to pick it loose, but finally the Aeros were there. Slivchenko moves to center ice for DiPietro, and the Aeros need to make a line change. And it is shot down along, and here is Greg Hoggood behind the net. Hoggood moves one up along the boards, back out at center ice. Mark Lamb is there. A minute gone in the first, and a scoreless hockey game as Al Conroy shoots it into Las Vegas territory. It is Jeff Riccardi to the far side. It goes to Jean-Marc Richard, and here comes Lefebvre across the line. Lefebvre speeding down the right wing, scoops one down. Here's Hoggood centering one. It was batted away. Lefebvre again shoots, and he missed the net. And it caroms to a far side, gathered in by Maurice. He's out there with Conroy and Lamb. Maurice skating down the right side. He is drilled off the puck by Riccardi. Wow, another hit. So Las Vegas taking pretty good liberties here, and they're going right to the body. Walk to the near side, Lamb trying to jam it down. Conroy scooped it back down. Lamb base to the left circle. It was tipped away by Lefebvre, and he'll move it out at center ice. Richard to Blaine Moore, moves it across the Aero blue line. Donnelly's got him tied up. Moore gets in there to play the puck, but Donnelly's got him wrapped up in the corner. They battle for it. Lefebvre, the big little man they call him, trying to move in. Turgeon bumped him off the puck, and the Aeros turn it around. Turgeon get one out to center for Maurice as the Aeros need to make a line change, and it goes back into the Vegas end.
I think Vegas watched our keys of the game because they're getting that puck out of the zone with a great transition, and they're forechecking great. And I tell you what, there's no doubt about it, they're hitting.
And as Donnelly touches it, play is whistled down, and The head coach of the Aeros, Terry Ruskowski, his team 10-19-2, and trying to turn around this hockey team as they have dropped 3 in a row. And we're going to get our look at a brand new Aero. It is going to be John Batten. And I'll tell you what, he's not out there to score goals, folks.
Yeah, he's a big, rough, tough player, and Terry likes players like this, players like Batten. He wants them to be up and down the wing like Lowen and laying the body on everyone. That could help the Aeros.
Chris McSorley, the head coach of the Las Vegas Thunder, knows about tough guys. He's got a couple on his bench in Sasha Lakovic, and also those of you watching on UPN 20 see McSorley, Sasha Lakovic, and Rek Tremblay, and I have a feeling those two guys will have a chance to talk with Batten as play moves on tonight. We'll see. Puck goes into the Arizona bouncing puck. Jake's had it, have it jammed away. It's moved along the boards in behind. Lakovic is out there, and here is Batten right side having trouble with the puck. Moving right side, he'll clear the line, not out. Jake's trying to push it out of there. It was held in by Lakovic, and finally it's cleared to center ice by John Batten. At neutral now, Danny Shank turned the puck over though, and the Aeros get it back. Jake shoots one right in there, and Curtis Joseph makes the save. And it's Peter Florentino now in behind the net for Las Vegas. Boomed one along the boards. It's picked up by Lakovic and chipped all the way out at center ice. 3 minutes gone in the first, no score. Puck shot back down into the Las Vegas end. Florentino forecheck, and Batten comes in there to try and force him off the puck. Here come the Aeros from left to right. It's brought Lakovic across the line, dropped to on the left side. Here's Simon trying to cut one in for Shank, but the Aeros were there to clear it. At center ice, it is Gord Mark for Las Vegas. Ripped it into the arrow end. It'll carry him along the boards. Help Sharple's left point. Booms one back down. Slowed by Gamble. And Miles O'Connor takes over. 3.5 gone in the first. No score. And a penalty coming up to Houston. Delayed in a caller. Might be on Vegas. We'll sort it out, though, when we return. No score from the Summit. The Aeros nothing. The Thunder nothing. Back after this.
Gotta Go's come in 2 kinds. Not so good.
That tooth has gotta go.
And good.
Got the flowers, Mark. Now, when are you sending you?
Well, for the good kind, Southwest Airlines has Gotta Go fares from $19 on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
I'm real lonely.
But hurry, because the going isn't always this good.
Mom, I gotta go!
Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Chevy First Team dealers talk about the versatility of the Blazer.
You know, Bob, the Blazer's everything your family needs.
It's got all the standard features.
Yeah, plus the new driver control system that handles great under any conditions.
The Blazer makes you feel safe. It's solid and dependable. The perfect family vehicle.
Yeah, and it's just smart buy price for $359 a month.
Now that's a great deal. That's genuine Chevrolet.
Genuine Chevrolet Texas style.
Only at your Chevy First Team dealer.
We're back, no score at the Summit, and Aeros go on the power play as Blaine Moore gets a holding call on DiPietro. DiPietro trying to break out of his zone. Blaine Moore gives him a bear hug, and he'll sit in the box for 2 minutes, and the Aeros will try and get a goal on the power play. They're 13.5% on the power play this season.
Mark Laniel turning in his own end, and he'll move the puck from right to left. Laniel skating up and out of the zone, moves to center ice. Pass picked up, and here come the Aeros. Slivchenko right side, trying to cut in. Slivy trying to move one in and hit the side of the net, and then it was pushed away. Aeros get it back, though. Turgeon turning left wing. Turgeon to the line for O'Connor. Came down for Paul DiPietro. Back to the line for Miles O'Connor. Here is Laniel. Scooped one down. It came for Slivchenko behind the net. It was tipped away by Gord Mark as they continue to grind it out. And it's pushed away along the boards as the Aeros trying to control it. Turgeon to O'Connor, and he'll shoot it off the boards. And it came out in front, but Lowen couldn't get a piece of it, but Gord Mark was there. And it's turned and cleared out to center right. No, it's held in. Good play by Laniel. Came down Slivchenko, centered one that was batted away. Laniel at the right point, back to O'Connor, top of the slot, winding, faking. Here's a centering pass. Turgeon shooting, and Joseph went down, got a stick on that shot. Didn't look like Turgeon got great wood on it. Puck is finally cleared out at center ice, but the Aeros moving it well.
The Aeros moving the puck around. They're showing a little bit of finesse right down low. And it's a good job by the Aeros as they're able to pass the puck around that perimeter. They just have to get someone inside and try and get some good shots from the slot. That's one of the only places you're going to score on. Curtis Joseph is good opportunity spots, and that's a great in the slot.
Here come the Aeros Freer along the right side, and it goes right back down into the Aero end. Carl Valamont is there. He's pushed off the puck. 26 remaining in the power play. Lefebvre goes smoking in there to try and dig it out of there. Freer is in there, and finally came away to Mike Maurice. Right to left, the Aeros come. Maurice skated out at center ice, watched by Lefebvre, breaks the check, cuts in. Here's the chance. Conroy's drilled off the puck, but he got it down low, but a bouncing puck that's worked away. And the Thunder come away with it. Greg Hoggood, a pass to Lefebvre, and I'll tell you what, folks, the Las Vegas Thunder have the top penalty kill. Here's Hoggood right in with a shot. We were just about to say they score. They lead the league in shorthanded goals, and nearly got one there. At center ice, Maurice had his pocket picked by Simon, and here comes Shank. Danny Shank across the line, left side shoots, ripped it wide of the net, and it's picked up by DiPietro. Booms one down, and it was Curtis Hunt that was blasted into the boards. It came to the line. Hoggood, the shot deflected. Gamble save, rebound, shooting. Oh, what a marvelous save by Troy Gamble. Holy cow, a great save by Gams. And the puck in the corner. They dig and kick it out, and it's picked up by DiPietro, and he'll chip one ahead, and Valamont is there. Quick pass for DiPietro, releasing down the left side. Now Yo's got it right back. DiPietro winding, faking, couldn't pull the trigger. Getting it back, though. DiPietro trying to cut in. Here's the chance for Yo, but he couldn't pull the trigger again. Riccardi belting Yo into the boards. Came to the line. It's chipped past Curtis Hunt. It'll go down the ice. After it, Lakovic in a battle with Curtis Hunt, and we're going to get a penalty on the Aeros. Delayed call, Lakovic, a backhander. Gam stopped it, and then finally we get a whistle, and the Aeros are going to be shorthanded.
Our boys in the Aeros are in the midst of it.
Good job by their Aeros, but they are going to get a penalty on the play. Curtis Hunt, I believe, is going to get the call against him, and we'll see that power play by the Las Vegas Thunder. They are 20.7%. That's fourth in the IHL this season. Curtis Hunt in a foot race, and he chops away, I believe, at Lakovic. The Thunder get the puck and eventually get a shot on goal. Good save by Gamble, but Curtis Hunt will have to sit in the box.
Houston Aeros hockey is sponsored in part by Bud Ice. Come see the Hanson brothers at the IHL Heritage Game featuring the WHA Houston Aeros and the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team. Bud Ice, proud sponsors of the IHL and the Houston Aeros. Face-off left side of Troy Gamble. Scott Arniel is scratched tonight, and we'll talk about that when we get a moment, what that means, what's going on with Scott Arniel. Here is Richard, the shot that's blocked. Not out, though. Held again by Richard. It came back down low. Simon behind the net. Bumped by Laniel. Picked up Lefebvre. Base of the right circle. Back to the line. Richard over to Greg Hoggood. This is a purely offensive power play, folks. They really move the puck. Simon left side. Looks in front. Looks for the pass. Continuing to drift down left side. Cross backdoor pass. And boy, I'll tell you what. They bang away at it. Gam stopped it, and then it was pushed away. I'll tell you, Vegas had a couple of pokes in there, but couldn't get it by Troy Gamble. Shank worked it over to Todd Simon, base of the left circle, to the line. It comes to Hoggood, right side cross ice pass. It comes to the line, and a shot right on. Gamble stopped it, and it's picked up by Yo, and the Aeros turn it heads up. That goes into the bench, and play is whistled down. We were talking about Scott Arniel, and Jerry Mines.
They had to be quick on that play.
I'll tell you, Scott Arniel is a scratch. He's a little banged up, and the story with Arniel is just wanted to give him the night off and clear some bumps and bruises. Plus, he's going to miss out in Atlanta, so he's going to go home and spend some time with his family.
All right, if you remember that game against Atlanta here at the Summit, the big fight after the game, Arniel was going to have to sit out a game or two for the suspension, and it would have to be against Atlanta anyway. So with the little bit of bumps and bruises that he's had recently, and also that suspension, they said, hey, go spend Christmas with your family and come back with a lot of vigor.
Yes. Here's Jeff Sharples. Lets a shot go. Gamble stopped that. Loose puck in front. Gam's got on that one as well. And the puck is tipped away. Troy Gamble coming out firing here in this first period. Sharples moves one down for Blaine Moore. Moore along the right side, getting set. Back to the line. Sharples winding, shooting, stopped. I think Gamble got a stick on that. And the puck is tipped away. O'Connor trying to move it away. He was dumped. And the Thunder turn. Here's Ruslan Saleh. Shoots, and he whipped it wide of the net. Here, 45 left in the power play, but the Aeros have the puck, and they'll shoot it all the way down the ice.
I'll tell you what, Adam, the Las Vegas Thunder not afraid to shoot the puck at all. As soon as their defensemen get the puck, they wind up and let it go, and that's a key to the power play, is shooting. They seem to have found that.
Puck is in the Aero end, and Miles O'Connor is there. And it's tipped near side Sharples. Sharples, give it to Blaine Moore. Moore moving to the right side, slipped it down. Here is Mark Rogers trying to center one, and then one of the Thunder fan on it, and then they go head over tea kettle over one another, and the puck back out at center. 10 seconds left in the power play. 11:38 to go in the first period. No score. But right now the difference for Houston is the excellent net minding they're getting out of Troy Gamble. Aeros turning at center as the penalty is now over. Hunt back out on the ice. Teams 5 aside. Laniel turning left side. Forecheck by Rhett Tremblay. Laniel working it in front, and finally it's turned aside, and here come the Aeros from right to left. It is Laniel. It's pushed ahead, blocked by the Thunder, and turned around at center ice. Tremblay trying to move it ahead. Here come the Thunder, right side low, and they're trying to, as a stick comes flying into the crowd. Wow, heads up. I've seen pucks, but that stick came shooting over the glass. Play moves on, though. Here's the shot blocked, and Turgeon's got it. Here come the Aeros. They'll push a pass ahead, and it's back at center ice. It goes into the Las Vegas zone, and now a chance in front, but we're going to get a penalty on the Las Vegas Thunder, and we'll see what the call is. But no score in the hockey game. Aeros nothing, Thunder nothing. Back after this.
Maybe you've always seen yourself in a new Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 185 horsepower engine, improved suspension, and dual airbags. But maybe you've never seen one fitting into your budget. So maybe you'll be surprised to see, for $399 monthly, one can. The easy-to-own Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, if you can see it in your head, you can see it in your driveway.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
On the next Kung Fu.
Stay out of my life!
Your mind is inflamed.
Something evil is controlling Peter.
I will kill him.
Now, Cain must fight.
The Shaolin priest. He must die.
To bring Peter back from the edge.
Let my son go.
On the next.
I cannot go further. You must.
Kung Fu, the legend continues.
Sunday night at 7 on UPN 20.
Back at the Summit along with Mike Greenlay, Adam Gordon with you. A scoreless hockey game, and the Thunder with a chance here, and Troy Gamble doing well.
Well, Troy Gamble gets a shot, and he makes the save on the rebound as well. You know, you ask your goalie to make the first save and sometimes the second save, but in this situation, Gamble has seemed to make 2 or 3 in a row at a time, and he's holding the Aeros in there, and it's still scoreless, 0-0.
And in the penalty box is Darcy Lowen. Aeros on the power play. Back at center ice, it is O'Connor, but play whistled down. And are we going to get another penalty? Or no? Okay, it's offside.
The high stick, there you have Daniel Shank, penalty killing. And I tell you what, Daniel Shank leads the league in shorthanded goals. He has 5. So, I mean, talk about a strong team. They do it even on the penalty kill.
Oh, man, they just are so strong everywhere. They really are. They are, in my mind, the best team in the IHL, and I'll make no bones about it. They are strong everywhere. They don't really have a weak link. And the funny thing is you'd wonder, with all the scoring talent, is there enough to go around? Well, yeah, there is when you're scoring 9-10 goals a game every once in a while. Kind of clear the system out. Here come the Aeros, though. DiPietro center one for Lamb, tipped away back to the line. O'Connor pulls the trigger, lets it fly, deflected just wide. I'm not sure Joseph didn't get a piece of that, though. Lamb jammed it back down around the boards. There's Townsend looking for Turgeon. They both go down in a heap. Turgeon's got it right side. Turgeon cuts to the slot, rolls one for Lamb, a bit too far for his reach, and it's spanked back down. DiPietro tipped one along the boards, but he gave it right away to Jeff Riccardi. Cleared, not out. Here's O'Connor. Shoots, hit the side of the net. Picked up again by O'Connor. O'Connor right side, gives to Turgeon, back to the line. Here's Lamb, right over DiPietro, back to Lamb. He tees it up, takes the shot. Oh, they score! DiPietro! Power play goal, and the Aeros lead it 1-0.
Tell you what, Adam, one of the big reasons the Aeros were able to connect on that play is patience and puck movement. I tell you what, they moved that puck around really well. They worked it around the boards, Townsend, then Turgeon had it. But I tell you what, when it got back and forth between DiPietro and Lamb, it was give and go. And I tell you what, Lamb just gives it back, and DiPietro puts it right under the bar. Oh. Actually, it did deflect, as you can see if you're enjoying the game on UPN 20, but the puck did deflect. DiPietro had gone down low after he gets it back from Lamb, and he's going low. Curtis Joseph had it covered, but his defenseman put his stick down. I think it was Ricciardi, and I tell you what, it went right up underneath the bar. The Aeros lead it 1-0.
And it's Mark Laniel. He'll turn one ahead. It's pushed away. Lefebvre, trying to move it ahead to Zoltak. Now Richard left side, winding, shooting, and he let a shot go wide. And the puck comes to the near boards, and Yo is able to move it to center ice, Lefebvre back. And it goes to center and into the Vegas end. Tino nearly turned that over, and the Aeros are back at center. Laniel sends one over for Jake.
Assist to number 7.
Here is Nyo, couldn't find the handle, and it is Lefebvre back in his own zone. Turgeon and Lamb getting the assists. It is Laniel, turned the puck over, but he got it back, and then it fires into the corner. He and Zoltak go after it. Zoltak takes it away. And center Lefebvre, the shot, great save by Gamble. Oh man, what a stop along in front. And the puck comes in front. Here's the shot, gives the save, and the puck is cleared. Not out though. Oh boy, I'll tell you what, this is the Troy Gamble we talked about, Greener. They needed this tonight, and he always seems to get up for the big games against the Las Vegas Thunder. Here is Mark Freer in his own zone, and he will skate it up and out of his end. Freer right to left, pass out to center ice. Slivchenko turns it back for Freer, hits the line, looks in front. He has Slivy cutting to the net. Freer moving down, Freer trying to cut in, still with the puck, stuff shot. Oh, did that get behind Joseph?
I tell you what, that looked like it wobbled in between his legs. I don't think it went over the line, and that's why a referee, Scott Hansen, was right there to see it. But I tell you what, it did wobble a bit.
All right, let's take a timeout. It's the Aeros 1, the Thunder nothing back after this.
Your chance to win an Ultimate Star Trek Fantasy is here. UPN and Computer City want to send one grand prize winner to LA to see the stars and get a behind-the-scenes look at the set of Star Trek Voyager. Do the VIP tours, get $1,000 spending money, Voyager merchandise, and a Computer City computer with software. Runners-up will receive a prize package from Computer City. To register, send this information to this address or go by your local Computer City store. For store locations, call 1-800-THE-CITY. You can't make a wrong decision when you go to the right store.
An arresting UPN special presentation.
Please open up!
Cop files unsealed for the very first time.
Monday night at 8 on UPN 20. UPN 20, the first network for the next century.
We'll go back to the Summit. Houston leads it 1-0. Almost made it 2-0 as Slivchenko gets a pass from Freer. Or actually, I'm sorry, it's Freer himself. And with that second effort right there, and the puck seems to juggle around in between his pads. But Joseph somehow finds that one and covers up. The faceoff will come to his right.
Faceoff between Lamb and Blaine Moore. The Aeros win the draw. Here's a shot by Hunt, blocked, and it's turned away by the Thunder and cleared out at center. Donnelly at his own blue line. Forecheck by Lowen. Tell you what, you don't want to play with the puck too much against Las Vegas. They are going to come at you in waves, and they're going to come hard, and that's the way Chris McSorley teams are playing, always. Gord Mark throws one up the boards, and here come the Thunder from left to right. It's out at center ice. Sharples, right side, Rogers hits the line, dropped it back. Sharples tried to turn one in. It was blocked by Lamb. He's got Rogers on his case, but the Aeros turn it out. Here they come in transition. It is Conroy at neutral ice, hits the line with Maurice. Here's Conroy, pulls up, centered, but it went right through the skates of pinching Gord Donnelly. Is low and sends one out for Gord Mark. He's got a couple of guys to beat, so he'll hit the line. Jammed away by Conroy, and the Aeros turn it around. Here's Lamb, moves it out at center, but Simon pumped it back into the Aeros zone. It's a delayed offside as one of the Thunder trapped in there and had to come back out. It was Gord Mark. Aeros in their own end. Pass, center ice. DiPietro, who's got the Aero tally. Give it up for Maurice, shoots it into the Las Vegas zone. Goes into the near corner. Yo there to gather it in. He turns it along the boards. He's got Greg Hoggett on his case. Here's DiPietro, turns, centered the shot. Oh, Yo, I think just tipped that wide of the net, and it's cleared out at center. Tell you what, the Aeros are coming up with some marvelous chances, and it's good. You know, the other thing is, Greener, the fact that the Aeros scored first, something they haven't done much as of late.
I tell you what, that is good for them, and if they can keep this pace up, they'll give Las Vegas a great game.
Here is Lakovic across the line. I don't know if it's the pace the Aeros want, but right now, don't worry about it. Shank shooting, scoring! Danny Shank, and it is a 1-1 hockey game.
The thing about playing an open style of game, Adam, is if you're going to do it, you have to take care of number one, and that is your own end. And at your own end, if you give up too many open opportunities, they're going to come right back on you no matter how many opportunities you get. Daniel Shank gets the puck in the slot, and he's pretty much all alone. He has time, and he finds a 5-hole on Troy Gamble. And I tell you what, Daniel Shank, 24th goal of the season, and that puts Daniel Shank like third in the league in goal scoring. So there's a guy you really don't want to give the puck to all alone in the slot.
So the game is tied at 1 on Shank's goal, and a face-off at center ice, won by Las Vegas, and Ruslan Saleh goes back in behind his net. Forecheck by Freer, pushed along the boards, and the Thunder turn it around. Zoltok. Give it to Florentino. He'll hit the line. Florentino trying to move it through Laniel. Not going to happen. And it's turned away by Steve Jakes. Jakes in the corner, chipped one off the boards, give it to Turgeon, moves it up the boards, couldn't clear the end. Now it is Zoltok, that's tipped away by Turgeon, and it's fired off the boards and out at center ice. Here comes Turgeon now at neutral ice, trying to bust it in. He'll throw it right side. In after it's Graham Townsend, who gives Soleil a bit of a bump. Play moving on, though. Here's a puck in the corner. Turgeon centered. Freer couldn't pull the trigger, though. Now a chance for Jakes, who is pinching a little bit, and the Thunder turn it around. Here comes Zoltok. He's got a man to beat Laniel. Zoltok across the line for Lefebvre. Getting sets. Patrice Lefebvre turns it Sharples. The shot deflected high in the air, and that'll bounce behind the net. And now it is Laniel. Bumped by Zoltok. Kicked over for Mark Freer, and the Aeros turn it around. A pass right side for Graham Townsend, and it goes into the Las Vegas zone. Back is Gord, Mark, with 6 minutes to go in the first period in a 1-1 hockey game, and so far a very good game. Lowen through the neutral zone, hits the line. Vegas looked a little offsides. Play whistle down as the game kind of went. You know what, Greener, a lot of people, I want to comment on a lot of people that said, well, we'll talk about it when we return. We'll take a timeout. 1-1 our score. We'll be back after this.
This is going to be a very special holiday season at Whataburger.
Orange and white stripes, great time. Come on in.
The burgers will be hot and fresh.
We're going to take care of it.
The prices will be just right.
Feed a whole family of 4 for under $10 is doing pretty good.
And as our gift to you, you can get one of these cuddly Coca-Cola plush bears for just $2.99.
Polar bear.
It's a little good time to spend together.
Good food, good friends. This holiday season, only at Whataburger.
What's your waiting for?
Let's look at the Magnum Power sales event one word at a time. Magnum, as in Magnum engines, as in Dodge Dakota pickup. A little bigger, a lot better. Power, we're talking Dodge, overall the most powerful line of truck engines on the planet. Sales, how about up to $3,000 off Dakota? An event? Well, that means this special offer ends sooner than later at the Texas Truck Stop, the new Dodge.
Next UPN telecast will be December 15th, special edition of Saturday Night on Ice as the Aeros take on the Cleveland Lumberjacks from Gund Arena. 6 o'clock right here on UPN 20, your home for Houston Aeros hockey, and also on 950 KPRC radio. Puck goes into the Aero end. It's turned around by Curtis Hunt, cleared, not out, and play whistle down. Now I've got a second. I want you guys to stay with us in the first intermission. We got a ton of letters, ton of phone calls in regards to Mike Hurlbut. I mean, here's a guy that plays one game, nobody really knows much about him, takes the header into the boards. He is all right. For those of you that do not know, he's all right. He's up, he's walking, he's here at the game. In fact, he came out and talked to me today, was smiling and says, yeah, I want to talk with you, first intermission. So we'll get his side of things from what he remembers.
Yeah, right. He'll probably let you know that, hey, you put everything into perspective when you run into something like that. And it's good that he is all right, and he'll be skating in about a week or so, and he'll probably be back in the lineup within about a month or so. So it's good to see that first of all, he's all right, and secondly, that he'll be back in the lineup.
Gord Mark with the puck at center ice. Works it ahead for Blaine Moore, but it's knocked away, and Sharples ripped it into the Aero end. It's a 1-1 game. Gamble slows behind the net, and here's Gord Donnelly. Ripped him off the boards, taken away by Moore. He's got a man in front. The shot just goes wide of the net, and it's taken back by Yo. Yo at center ice, moves it through the neutral zone, hits the line, dropped it back. DiPietro trying to center one. Slivchenko is there. He'll jam it back behind the net. Fighting for it is Yo in a battle with Mark. They grind it out, and finally picked up by Rogers and Lowen. Trying to move it out of there, cannot. Aeros playing physical here in this first period, and they're attacking very well. It's been a very good hockey game. Lowen, left side, hits the line. He's belted by Donnelly. Stays with the check. Boy, talk about keeping your feet moving, folks. He's just a little firebug. Here's a puck that comes in front. The shot got behind Gams. Oh, man. And it went wide. I think Donnelly made the save, and then the puck again. Gams makes the save, and a penalty coming up to the Houston Aeros. Wow.
Actually, it was Curtis Hunt who made the great play. I don't think Gams thought the puck slipped through his legs, and it was sitting right in the goal crease. Curtis Hunt dives away, and he chops the puck away from Gamble, but there's still a scramble in front of the net, and the penalty comes up because I tell you what, Lowen centers it again, and they get a couple more cracks at it, and finally Moore is taken down by Donnelly. I don't know if that was really that rough of a play by Donnelly. I don't know if it should have resulted in a penalty, but I think the referee decided that it took away a potential scoring opportunity, and therefore Donnelly will go to the box for 2 minutes.
And the face-off will be to the left side of Troy Gamble. And Lamb with Conroy up front as Donnelly into the box. Laniel and Jenks defensively. And sticks down, drop of the puck, and the Aeros have got it. It is Jenks. Works one along the boards. It came out at center. It'll go all the way down the ice. It's a 1-1 game. Vegas on their second power play of the night. The Aeros were able to kill that off. And now the puck back in the Las Vegas end as Richard was dumped by Conroy. No penalty. Play moves on. Greg Hawgood. He'll charge up and out of his zone. Hawgood, a pass tipped away by Lamb. And then Jake steps up into his man, and it's cleared by Houston, but it's up over the glass and out of play. 4:18 to go in this first period.
I tell you what, the Las Vegas Thunder came out hitting really hard, but right there you see the Aeros coming back with some hits, and Steve Jakes laid a good hit on the boards there, and so it's good to see the Aeros starting to take the body, starting to take the physical play, because that's the kind of game that McSorley, coach of the Las Vegas Thunder, likes to play. So it's not a bad game plan. The Aeros should use that one too.
Off the face-off, here's Richard with a minute and a half on the power play for Patrice Lefebvre. Worked it back to the line, but Hawgood had a bouncing puck, couldn't corral it. Shot it back into the Aero zone. It's a delayed offsides. Houston's got it. Lamb, and he will hoist that high in the air, and that'll go all the way down the ice. Joseph comes out of the net, and it is played by the Thunder and cleared out at center ice. At neutral, here come the Thunder. It was knocked away, though, and Laniel turned it right back down into the Las Vegas zone. 3:50 to go in the first. Game time at 1:06 remaining to Donnelly's penalty. At center ice, it is controlled by Hawgood, trying to push it ahead, and Danny Shank has to go back to his own blue line. Shank pass to Lefebvre, and that's a two-line pass, and the face-off will come back into the Las Vegas zone. 3:37 to go in the first. 1-1 game, 55 seconds left to Donnelly, and boy, Patrice Lefebvre, the man they call Big Little Guy, he plays like $1 million. He's a terrific little hockey player.
Certainly is. He's second on the team in scoring for Las Vegas, and he has 48 points. Simon has 50 points. I mean, those are some pretty big numbers for this point in the season.
And they're without two guys. They're without one of the top rookie scorers in Bill Bowler, who broke his jaw the other night in Orlando, and they're without Ken Quinney. So just when you think you've got all the offense you need, there's two guys that haven't even played.
That's true, and I mean, you talked about the Las Vegas Thunder being such a well-rounded team. They lose a couple players, and it's almost like you don't notice them because they have so much talent to back them up.
I'll tell you what, Bob Strum is one of the top guys as far as finding talent. He perennially does it wherever he has coached, and he's done it here in Las Vegas since he's been down there, whether he's been just the GM or, of course, last year he was GM and head coach, and now he's back just doing the general managing. But he always brings in top-notch talent there, and they always perform well for him. Puck is near side for Blaine Moore in the Aero end. Power play down to half a minute. Sharples the shot deflected away, and it's cleared by Freer. And here come the Aeros right to left. Freer with Maurice shorthanded. Maurice across the line, looks in front. He tried to center for Valamont. The shot right on, though, and it was stopped by Joseph and cleared out at center ice. Mark Laniel back to his own blue line. Forecheck by Moore, and it's turned around by Houston. Freer give it to Yo at center ice. Watched by Sharples. Turned back in his own end, and then he will shoot it right back down the ice. 2:45 left in the first. 1-1 game. Penalty over. Donnelly back out on the ice, and teams are at 5 aside. Good job of penalty killing by the Aeros as the puck goes down the ice. This will be an icing call on the Las Vegas Thunder as the Aeros touch Slivchenko. There's 2.5 to go in this first period in a 1-1 game.
Earlier this period, Slivchenko cut in, made a really good move, and it's good to see him driving to the net again.
Tomorrow night at 7, a possessed cop is out to kill a foreign VIP on Kung Fu. The legend continues. Then after Coach, the Rockets go north to cut down the tall timber of the Portland Trailblazers. The action begins Sunday night at 7 on UPN 20, Houston's Sports Force. Face-off left side of Curtis Joseph. DiPietro out there with Yo and Slivchenko, Laniel, and Jakes defensively. And Aeros in a 1-1 game, but I'll tell you, they've had their chances.
They certainly have, and they made good on one of them, and it's good to see the Aeros driving and forcing that play down deep in the Las Vegas zone.
Here's Greg Hawgood for Las Vegas. He'll scamper out at center ice. Hawgood carries left side, shoots it into the Aeros zone. It's rejected, and Slivchenko's got some room to wheel. Here comes Slivy, right side across the line. He's got DiPietro in front. He shoots. Stop by Joseph, and he will hold on and then flip it away, but I believe the whistle had already sounded by Scott Hansen, but oh man, Slivy showing not only some speed but a quick release, and Curtis Joseph, the man they call Cujo, makes the save.
I tell you what, the reason why that play was so successful is Slivchenko's breaking down the wing, but if DiPietro doesn't drive to the net, then he's got nothing. He's got nothing but just a shot from way outside. But with DiPietro driving to the net, it causes the defenseman to turn, and Hogwood has to stay with him. And then Slivchenko getting a good shot on goal almost beat Cujo between the legs, but he was sharp.
Off the face-off, Thunder have it. Danny Shank has it near side. Shank right wing boards, shoots one out at center. It got through Jakes, goes into the Arrow end. Pushing was Gamble. He cleared it off the boards. It was knocked away. Gam's a little out of position, but the Arrows have the puck. Paul DiPietro plays it in behind the net. Forechecked on the play by Simon, but flushed out to the right side. Move it up the boards and out at center ice for Slivchenko. He'll hit the line. Slivchenko then tackled by Soleil, and how can that not be a penalty? My God, here's a shot whistled wide by DiPietro. I'm not even saying a thing. I'm not going to say a thing. I promise myself. Unbelievable. Puck is at center and into the Arrow end. Out of the net, it is Troy Gamble. He will cover up and he will hold on. 1-1 game with a minute and a half to go in the first.
Well, Slivchenko did come down the wing. He tried to make a move, and he was kind of tackled.
Tackled?
Well,
is the rodeo in town?
I don't know, but he is lassoed a bit, and then I tell you what, he gets a 2-point takedown there, and nothing called on that play. So hey, maybe Scott Hansen wants to let them play a little bit. That's fine. As long as it stays consistent, there shouldn't be a problem.
Face off to the right side of Troy Gamble. And it'll be Freer against Sergei Zholtok. Sounds like a video game. Here's the puck controlled by Las Vegas. You remember the movie Big? Zholtok, or I say it was Zoltar, whatever. But obviously I have no life. I'm just staying and watching that. But I think the Arrows are going to have a power play. And that is no video game. The Arrows are going to put a quarter in the machine and try and get themselves a go-ahead goal with a minute and a half to go in the period.
And you saw they were successful on their last power play, or at least first power play. And they look to go at it again as Lefebvre will go to the box for interference. They tried to move the puck around, and Lefebvre stepped in front of an Arrow player before he could get to the puck. Good call by Hansen. So I think like what we talked about is, as long as referees keep the calls the same way on both ends of the ice, it doesn't bother players, because players don't mind a wide open game as long as it stays consistent, and it looks like he is staying consistent so far.
Puck is controlled by Houston. Here comes Mark Lamb from right to left. Lamb carries out at center ice, moves it through the neutral zone for a breaking Freer across the line. Drop Turgeon. Turgeon had Townsend in front, couldn't get it to him. Puck dug out by Graham Townsend to Turgeon. Turns it back to the line for Lamb. Poked it over to O'Connor. Back for Lamb. Great puck movement here. Arrows got it. It is Turgeon, but he turned it over to Zholtok. And Zholtok will turn it out at center for a busting Richard. Out of the net, Gamble, and it'll feather it in behind the net. Under a minute to go in the first period, a 1-1 game. And it's Miles O'Connor up and out of his zone, right side for Mark Lamb. At center, shoots it into the Las Vegas zone, pursuing is Townsend. Back to play it is Riccardi as Townsend lowered the boom. Turgeon right side, moved it down for Freer, back for Turgeon. Sylvain Turgeon winding, shooting, right on was Joseph. I'll tell you, I think those two guys might know one another from the NHL days a little bit, and that's going to be a neat matchup tonight as the puck goes down the ice. Half a minute to go in the period. 1-1 game. Arrows still on the power play. Lamb at center, dodges a low and check. Rolls one to the right side for DiPietro. Fakes the shot, trying to center one for Maurice. A bouncing puck. Maurice has got it. Maurice hash marks left side. He was dumped by Hogwood. 15 seconds left in the period, and the Arrows using the body to take the puck away. Hogwood fires it off the boards, and it goes out of play with 8 seconds left. First period, 34 seconds remaining in the minor to Patrice Lefebvre.
Saw Maurice down there, and there's Townsend working the puck behind the net. They're doing a very good job right now on the power play, getting some good shots, taking them when they have them, and moving the puck around really well, using their defensemen. And you'll see Townsend come back on the ice. I think he wants another crack at it.
Well, how well has Graham Townsend played since coming back from that loan situation in Minnesota?
Oh, phenomenal. I mean, he's really racked up the goals, and he had his first assist the other night. So, I mean, he's starting to do it on both ends. He's still hitting a lot, and I tell you what, you use a player like that in the right way, and he's going to get you where you want to be. And Townsend doing the job that he's out there for.
Face off left side of Curtis Joseph. DiPietro, Townsend, Maurice, Conroy, and O'Connor. 8 seconds left, so plenty of time here in the period. There's 34 on the power play, so they'll get some time if they don't score, but they don't win the draw. Comes back to the line. O'Connor with 4 seconds, rips a shot, stopped by Joseph, rebound in front. Here's the chance. It's finally cleared as the buzzer sounds. So we're through with the first 20 minutes of action from the Summit, and both goaltenders, including that guy there, Curtis Joseph, but there's the man that's got the only Aero goal, Paul DiPietro, and then Danny Shank for the Las Vegas Thunder. It's a 1-1 game from the Summit, and we'll have more right after this. Welcome back to the Summit, everybody. A 1-1 hockey game. The Thunder and the Aeros, and a good one after 20 minutes of action. Adam Gordon with you, and I'd like to introduce a good friend of mine. This is Mike Hurlbut, and I never got a chance to welcome you to Houston. Good to see you're here and okay.
Well, it's nice to be here, especially where I am right now instead of where I was 2 nights ago.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is, I guess my question to you is, how do you feel right now? Yesterday you were a little stiff, but you seem better today.
I'm still I got quite a bit of pain and a lot of stiffness, not as much as yesterday, but I've had some treatment already today, and in fact twice today, and stiffness is starting to go out, and feeling a little better already.
And here's the thing, folks, you were telling me you might skate in a week.
Yeah, I hope to be on the ice this week, actually. I think I rode the bike this morning, and I'm going to give it a few days to calm down, get things straightened around a little bit, and then hopefully start skating by the end of the week and playing in maybe 3 weeks I'll be able to play.
Do you remember a little bit of what happened?
I don't remember anything from the time I stopped the pass across, which was about at the goal line, until they were picking me up on the stretcher. I don't remember anything. I've seen the tape, but I don't remember a thing as far as hitting the boards or anything.
Yeah, I think we've got to look at it right here. Here's the play where you're going in.
Yeah, I'm just going back and I'm trying to stop the pass across, which I do right here, and I remember looking down, and then from there on, I don't remember what happened. From looking at the tape this morning, what I think happened is that I couldn't get my skates back underneath me, and I caught the guy's stick just a little bit with my right skate, and I couldn't get it back underneath me. And then from then on, it was just into the boards, and then I guess it reacted by instinct, which is what I've been told everybody should be doing now. And if you're listening at home, and if you're a young player, if you're an adult league player, if you're going into the boards like that, at all costs, get your head up, which is what I did. I got my head up and I turned to the side, and fortunately my head snapped back and not down.
Thank God for that. Now, I don't know if you had any chance to think about the trade at all. Thinking about Houston at all?
Well, I have a little bit, because I had a little bit of time on my hands when I haven't been sleeping, trying to rest up from my little accident. But I'm real sure it's a good move for me. Things just weren't going well as a team in Minnesota, and for me, I came into this league off my best year as a professional last year in the American League, and they had high expectations for me in Minnesota. And unfortunately, the way the team got off to a start and the way I did, something had to change. And they traded Brian Fogarty away, and then they traded myself for Jim Pack, just trying to shake things up on both ends here in Houston and in Minnesota. And I'm hoping to start over again and play as well as I'm capable of playing and help the team get going again.
Thank you so much, and it's just great to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thanks.
That's defenseman Mike Hurlbut. It's mesh night, folks. They're in dresses, folks. 200 fans. We're giving it. Jamie Farr is in attendance. Look at him. Looks terrific. Hasn't missed a day. We'll be right back after this. It's a 1-1 game. Back after this.
Dear Santa, I know how busy you are and how picky I am, so go to Stubbs Cycles Harley-Davidson and buy me everything, like a Harley leather jacket, a soft leather vest, new boots with fringe, a small purse or maybe a wallet, a blue denim shirt, gloves, and sunglasses, and how about a Harley cookie jar?
Tons of genuine Harley-Davidson clothing and accessories only at Stubbs Cycles, Telephone Road and Loop 610.
And Santa, one more little thing, I've been a good girl.
So, have you heard? Now, everyone, everywhere, can sample and buy their favorite music right over the phone. Introducing 1-800-MUSIC-NOW. You call, you listen, you like, you buy.
So what's it going to be, Dion? Football or baseball?
Both, boss.
Both?
Both.
Offense or defense?
Both.
Both? Both.
Pizza Hut.
Meat lovers or stuffed crust pizza? Both.
Want it all? Now Pizza Hut offers our Lovers Line toppings. Meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, or supreme. Piled high in a stuffed crust pizza.
So what'll it be, Dion? 15, 20 million?
Both.
You'll love the stuff we're made of.
Chevy First Team dealers talk about the affordable full-size Chevy.
Chevy full-size is rugged, long-lasting, dependable, and a good value.
And this truck will go anywhere, do anything, day after day. Now that's genuine Chevrolet.
It doesn't cost a lot to buy or to run.
And Chevrolet trucks are comfortable. They look good inside.
With Smart Buy, you can get the truck you want at a price you can afford.
How about $239 a month on a Smart Buy?
That's genuine Chevrolet.
That's genuine Chevrolet Texas style.
At your Chevy First Team dealer.
1-1 hockey game from the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Mike Greenlay. And tell you what, you look at some of the keys we talked about, and the pace of this hockey game is outstanding. I don't know if it's the pace the Aeros want, but it is an outstanding game tonight.
It is. It's very fast, and you knew that the Las Vegas Thunder were a fast team, and we know that the Aeros have the capability of skating with a team like that. But you're right. Do the Aeros want to play that wide open of a game? If Gamble keeps playing the way he is, I'm sure they will.
Both goaltenders are playing very well, and just kind of wondering about this goaltender union. Have you talked to these guys about that?
I chat with them once in a while. I tell you what, the one thing about a goaltenders union, you have to play to get in it, but maybe we'll get you some pads.
Yeah, I kind of want to get in this, but you know what? We took our UPN cameras down to the Aerodrome, and we cornered Mike Greenlay, Rob Dobson, and Troy Gamble, and we're going to talk about goaltenders. Here's a look at that.
And Emma's got a breakaway.
They are the last line of defense.
Oh, what a save by Gamble!
They face blistering slap shots. They face large, rough and tumble crowds. It's a job that no one wants, right? Just ask Aero backstop Troy Gamble.
I've been telling my 6-year-old that, hey, you don't want to be a goalie. If you want to play hockey, be a defenseman or forward. It's just a tough job. You have a lot of responsibilities, and people are firing pucks at you. That just doesn't seem right.
All right, gentlemen, if you put it that way, what does it take to be a goalie?
I was always taught as a kid that if you're going to be the goalie, you've got to make sure that you're one of the best guys in the team, because there's 5 guys in front of you, and if they don't like you, they're not going to go to the wall for you.
You have to be the kind of person that gets along with pretty much everybody, because with the kind of position of goaltending is, you count on everybody and everybody counts on you, and so it's really have to be a certain kind of person to become a goaltender.
Now, let me get this straight. It's the most pressure-packed position in the game. You have to stand in front of these big shots trying to stop pucks. Why in the world did you want to become a goaltender?
First I started as a defenseman, but I couldn't skate that well, as I said, so I found myself standing in front of the goalie, making all these saves, because I couldn't move very well, so I figured out everybody will stop the puck. So everyone said, well, heck, the kid's stopping all the pucks anyways, we might as well throw them in net. My mom, I don't know. My mom wasn't thinking one day. When I was 8 years old, I moved from Toronto, Canada, to Nova Scotia. And my mom went to register me for minor hockey. And in behind the guy who was doing the registration, there was all this goalie gear. I said, geez, I want to be a goalie. So the guy said, what position are you? I said, I'm a goalie. My mom says, Troy, I don't think you're a goalie. I said, yeah, Mom, I was a goalie last year. She goes, oh, okay, no problem. Because she didn't know too much about hockey. I go home, tell my dad, I'm a goalie. And Dad said, okay, you'll be a goalie all year. And 1 week after it, I tried to quit, wouldn't let me.
I think I love the equipment. I love the challenge. I was the fattest kid in the block, so they stuck me in the net at the time. But, I was intrigued by the position. I idolized Ken Dryden growing up, and it was a real treat to get to go in and to play. And from as early as I can remember, there's pictures of being in the backyard playing goal, and that's all I wanted to do. And fortunately, things have worked out pretty good.
Yeah, I think you goaltenders are nuts. I'll tell you what, though, when we come back in the second intermission, we'll also take a look more in-depth at that goaltenders union. But right now, the goalie is a big factor in this game, a 1-1 game. We'll have more after this.
If you have been turned away from other so-called second-chance finance dealers, turn into any one of Charlie Thomas's outlets. Why? Because Charlie Thomas was the first and remains the best. Hi, folks, Brian Borgen. Our all-new second-chance finance can help you reestablish your credit today. And not just on worn-out cars, but you can buy late-model, used, and program cars as low as $250 down. You can even buy new 95 and 96 cars and trucks. So if others have turned you away, turn into Charlie Thomas with 12 convenient locations throughout Houston.
We counted on Medicare to take care of us.
But traditional Medicare isn't nearly enough.
That's why we have FHP, to provide us the health care we need.
Minor ailments, major illness, covered.
Hospitalization included.
Physical exams, dental options? Yes.
Low-cost prescriptions? Of course.
You have your choice of FHP primary care doctors.
It's all carefully screened and with
all the latest medical facilities.
And with FHP Senior Plan,
pay no monthly premiums and no annual deductibles.
Call now to get this free booklet, Facts You Should Know About Medicare. Call this number and we'll mail it to you in 24 hours, no charge.
FHP's taking care of us. They really are.
Call 1-800-586-9933. FHP Senior Plan. With no additional premiums beyond your monthly Medicare payments. Learn more. Get your free booklet now. Call 1-800-586-9933.
Your chance to win an Ultimate Star Trek Fantasy is here. UPN and Computer City want to send one grand prize winner to LA to see the stars and get a behind-the-scenes look at the set of Star Trek Voyager. Do the VIP tours, get $1,000 spending money, Voyager merchandise, and a Computer City computer with software. Runners-up will receive a prize package from Computer City. To register, send this information to this address or go by your local Computer City store. For store locations, call 1-800-THE-CITY. You can't make a wrong decision when you go to the right store.
1-1 hockey game, first intermission from the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Mike Greenlay, and I'll tell you what, let's just get right into this. Is such a great game. I want to get right into the highlights because both goals were great, and you started off with Paul DiPietro. What a nice work on the power play.
It certainly was. They moved it around really well, and Paul DiPietro and Mark Lamb just start feeding it back and forth to each other. Finally, DiPietro decides to shoot, and Riccardi gets his stick down to try and block the shot, but instead he deflects it right up into his own net, and it's a 1-0 game. Good job by Lamb. I said Lamb and DiPietro moved it around well. Everyone else moved it around real well, too. And to tell you what, Curtis Joseph would have had it, but I tell you what, sometimes in trying to help you, your defensemen come in the way.
Well, I'll tell you what, and then the Thunder come back and get a really nice goal from Danny Shank.
Well, he gets a good feed, and then he has all kinds of time in the slot, and Gamble gets down, but he doesn't cover the 5-hole, and Shank takes advantage of that.
So the Aeros find themselves in a 1-1 deadlock. And again, another look at the Danny Shank move in front, and the game is tied at 1. But the other difference in this hockey game is the play of Troy Gamble.
Well, certainly. He's been making some great saves, even on scrambles. Like on this one, you see a scramble, you see him make 1 save, there's 2 saves, and eventually he'll make a stack save across the net. That's 3 saves. You need your goalie to come up big for you, and right now Troy Gamble is doing that, and that's why the Aeros are tied 1-1 with Las Vegas right now.
All right, let's take a look at those stats. 14-8, the Thunder out shooting the Aeros. 0 for 2 on the power play for Las Vegas. Aeros 1 of 3 on the man advantage. When we return, second period action. The Thunder won, the Aeros won. This is Saturday Night on Ice.
Maybe you've always seen yourself in a new Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 185 horsepower engine, improved suspension, and dual airbags. But maybe you've never seen one fitting into your budget. So maybe you'll be surprised to see, for $399 monthly, one can. The easy-to-own Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, if you can see it in your head, you can see it in your driveway.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Gallery Furniture, the official furniture store sponsor of the 1995-1996 Houston Rockets, has an incredible offer for you today on beautiful leather sofas and love seats. Come to Gallery Furniture today. Buy a leather sofa and love seat or sofa, chair, and ottoman at our everyday low prices. And when you buy 2 pieces of leather furniture today at Gallery Furniture, you get a free leather bomber jacket, absolutely free. Buy a leather sofa and love seat at our everyday low prices, get a free leather bomber jacket. Wow, Gallery saves you money.
Mr. Neighborhood Mitsubishi dealer, your Galant S has more horsepower than Camry, Accord, and Taurus. Will you be charging as much?
No.
With Galant having more features, won't you demand the same high payments as 626 and Altima?
No.
But you're $227 a month, 0 down Galant stripped, right?
No.
95 Galant S, $227 a month, 0 down. From your neighborhood Mitsubishi dealer. The person who knows everything.
Excuse me, gentlemen, but did you know that we say yes to automotive credit instantly?
Back in the Summit along with Mike Greenlay, Adam Gordon with you. A 1-1 hockey game. Goals by Paul DiPietro for Houston, Danny Shank for Las Vegas. Why aren't you in your dress tonight, Greener? It's MASH night. Jamie Farr's here?
Jamie Farr is here, and if you were one of the first 200 men to come into the door with a dress on, you got in free. But you know what, Adam? I got a kind of a side door thing anyways. I come in the back, so I get in free anyway, so I figured, why wear the dress?
Speaking of address, let's take a look at my email address. agordon@aeros.com is the address. You can write Mike Green there, myself, any questions about hockey and all that good stuff. And we look forward to your replies. It's agordon@aeros.com. Face-off at center ice, and the Aeros have 24 seconds left on the power play as it's worked around the boards by Gord Mark. Jammed back down in the corner, Lamb fighting for it. It came through Laniel, and it'll go down the ice, and that'll pretty much do it for the power play. Gamble out of the net. He'll hand the puck over to Steve Jakes, moving up and out of his zone. Jakes a pass to the left side. Maurice turned away by the Thunder, and it's right back into the Aero end. Penalty is now over, and teams with 5 aside Lefebvre back out on the ice. It's Mark Laniel. Pass to Jakes, right back to Laniel. Worked one out at neutral ice for Al Conroy. Conroy shoots it into the Las Vegas zone, and the Thunder out. Joseph slows, and now it is turned away by Riccardi. Not out. Conroy cuts in, centered one, but it was through the reach of Maurice, a little out of his reach, and back down into center ice territory. Laniel trying to turn it around. It's picked up by Richard. Hits the line with Zoltak, winding, faking, cuts right in on goal. He works behind the net center to hit the side, and then the net becomes dislodged. Boy, he sucked Jakes down big time there, but then got around, and then the Aeros were able to collapse and force him behind the net. Nice play there.
Well, Jakes does go down the block a shot. That's actually commendable, because a lot of players won't block shots for their team. But, you know, it does get around them, and a good save, or actually, sorry, good forcing by the Aeros to keep him away from the net.
Let's go down to the Aero bench. Rob Dobson's with us. Dobert, thoughts about Troy Gamble in that first period?
Oh, he looks real strong. You know, he's been, one thing we talked about is he's been really getting back into position for the second shot. And he did a good job there keeping us in early, made some strong saves, and you know, with his play it's at 1-1, and it's good to see him getting back to the old way he's used to playing.
All right, thank you very much. Rob Dobson down on the bench, adding comments for us. And here comes Hoggood, lets a shot go. Gamble makes the save and then covers up the rebound. That's exactly what Rob Dobson was referring to.
It was, and a good save by Gamble, making the save, but then jumping on the rebound. I tell you what, Hoggood, the guy who shot the puck, he's not afraid to shoot it, and here you see him wind up at the top of the circle. Gamble gets the puck off of the shin of Miles O'Connor after he makes a save, and Greg Hoggood, I tell you what, he has 113 shots coming into this game. That's second in the league behind Steve Maltese with 166. So here's a guy who leads defensemen in scoring, and it's for the reason that he's not afraid to let that puck go from anywhere, and there he made a good shot from the top of the point, and Gamble made the save.
Yeah, Hoggood, longtime NHL veteran, and I'll tell you, sometimes you find an offensive defenseman and all they think about is offense, and they don't really, they're either average defensively or, you know, maybe a little above average. This guy is a top-notch defenseman also.
Hey, he is, because his plus-minus is plus 24. That leads the league, so he takes care of his own end as well.
Off the face-off, it is controlled by the Aeros and shot back into the Las Vegas zone. Out of the net, it is Curtis Joseph. It is Patrice Lefebvre, can't clear the zone. Down the right side, it is DiPietro, turned it down. And now it is Slivchenko. Turning base to the right circle, knocked away. Zoltak tried to move it free. It came out in front. They shot right on. Joseph made the save, and the puck is cleared down the ice. Marvelous save by Curtis Joseph. It goes back down the ice, and icing is the call as Miles O'Connor goes back with just about 2 minutes into the second period, and a 1-1 hockey game. And Curtis Joseph, I'll tell you what, how about this save that Curtis Joseph makes? He comes out and just makes a nice save. It just comes out about 3-4 feet to cut down the angle. Now some talking going on after the whistle. And we'll see here. I don't think any penalties, but still some gathering. You know, these two teams just do not get along very well with one another. And
it stems all the way from back here, back from last year, Adam. I mean, these guys seem to have some kind of a common dislike for each other. It's always rough when these two teams play. McSorley, the coach of the, there's Terry Ruskowski, a tough player himself, and of course McSorley. They're both the kind of coaches that coach a tough, hard-hitting style, and therefore you're going to get some things happening after and before the whistle.
Next whistle, I want to introduce you to a special guest, but right now back to action. Puck goes into the Aero zone, back to play at Townsend, looped in behind the net. Forecheck Simon, moved it up to Freer, bumped it out at center ice, and Schenk is there. Danny Shank back at his own blue line. Shank, the Ruslan Soleil, bangs one ahead. It was knocked away. And here comes Graham Townsend right side. Townsend moving in, centering one. It's tipped away. The shot just drizzles wide of the net. It's picked up by Simon. Forechecked on the play by Freer. Moves it behind the net. Soleil came near side Shank. It came to center ice. 17:45 to go in the second period. Curtis Hunt rolled it into the Las Vegas zone. Slowed behind the net by Joseph. And here come the Thunder from right to left. Out at center ice. It is Blakovic. Shoots it into the Aeros zone. Out of the net Gamble with 17.5 to go in the second. Hockey game tied at 1. It is controlled at center ice by Mark Lamb. Hits the line with John Batten. It is Lamb. He's bumped by Soleil. Held the puck and no, it's going to be offsides and we get a whistle. And I want to introduce a very special guest. Jamie Farr, welcome.
Thank you, Adam. It's a pleasure. Terry Wiskowski's an old buddy of mine when he used to play for the LA Kings. They used to have season tickets there. And of course, McSorley must be the brother of the McSorley,
yes,
right?
And you must know Marty.
Yes, Marty. Of course.
And this looks like a McSorley type.
Looks like it. Yeah, somebody's protecting Gretzky out there.
You know, your hometown of Toledo has a team.
Well, the Gold Diggers, yeah,
yes.
they had a free. Michael Ruzioni played on it. Of course, Mike was with the USA Olympic team that beat the Russian Army team at the Olympics. I was there for that game. And I have a greeting to you.
You do.
From a flight attendant.
No, come on.
Continental Airlines that I arrived on today.
I know who.
And her initial starts with a D. That's all I'll give you.
Okay.
Very, very pretty girl, Adam, and she sends her regards.
Oh, well, thank you very much. They've got penalties in the box, and I got to tell you something, and I'm sure you hear it from a lot of people, but it's still one of my favorite shows, watching MASH. I mean, do you sit there sometimes and still think about those great days?
Oh, sure. It's on all over the world, someplace every half hour. Somebody's playing it somewhere, and it's made over $1 billion for 20th Century Fox.
Do you still talk to people?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Alan Alden, Loretta Swit, Harry Morgan, Mike Farrell. We see them all. We talk to each other. We get together. We have dinner. It's wonderful. We used to have the hockey teams come to our set. I had the Kings. I had the Islanders. I had Potvin and Mike Bossy and Smith and all of them there. Okay, back to the game.
All right. Puck is controlled by the Houston Aeros. Thank you very much, Jamie Farr, stopping by, and the Aeros have the puck in their own end. It is Steve Jakes near side, turns one down into the corner. No power play. We're at 4 aside, and now it is Blaine Moore centering one. It's tipped away, and it's controlled by Mike Maurice. Moves one up and out at center ice. Maurice hits the line. Maurice trying to turn one down. Showtime chopped the stick away and chopped the puck away, and the Thunder have got it. Up and out of the zone they come. Here they come at center. A pass got through Blaine Moore and out of the net Troy Gamble. And it is controlled by Jakes. And it's moved up and out to center ice. At center it was Maurice. Gives Laniel back for Lamb. Hits the line, winding, shooting. Ooh, duck out of the way. Incoming from 12 o'clock. And the Thunder turn it around. Soleil booms one. Zoltak knocked away at center. And Soleil is there. Right side Lefebvre. Dipsy doodled without the puck. Gobbled up by Soleil. Knocked off the puck. And a penalty coming up to Mike Maurice. Delayed call. Here's a pass near side Lefebvre. It's tipped away by Laniel. And we will sort out the penalties when we return. It is a 1-1 game when we'll be right back right after this.
Gotta Go's come in 2 kinds. Not so good.
That tooth has gotta go.
And good.
Got the flowers, Mark. Now, when are you sending you?
Well, for the good kind, Southwest Airlines has Gotta Go fares from $19 on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
I'm real lonely.
But hurry, because the going isn't always this good.
Mom, I gotta go!
Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Hi, this is Ernie Guzman. To celebrate our first holiday season in business, we are donating one of these trikes or bikes to an underprivileged child for every Pontiac or GMC truck sold during this holiday season. Take advantage of our 95 closeout prices on our whole inventory of Pontiacs and GMC trucks. You know we like putting smiles on our customers, but even more gratifying this holiday season, together we can put a smile on a child's face. So come to Ernie Guzman Pontiac GMC and Suzuki, where we take pride in our customers and our community and let us exceed your expectations.
Mike Maurice in the box in a 1-1 game, 16-13 to go, and the Aeros will be down a man. And here's a look at it, Greener.
Well, Maurice just gets a little bit tangled up there and hauls down the Las Vegas Thunder player, and he'll sit in the box for holding. give Las Vegas a chance to take the lead in this game.
They have not led. The Aeros scored first, and then Vegas tied it up on a Danny Schenkel, but here's a chance in front. The pass was ricocheted away, and then Donnelly booms his man, and that's going to be charging on Donnelly. A penalty coming up, and the Aeros are going to be down 2 men. Lefebvre right side getting set. Here's Schenk with the extra attacker. Schenk cuts it down, looks in front, centered, block, rebound. Oh, what a save by Gamble. Oh, man. He slammed the door on that. I don't think Todd Simon must have taken a huge poke at that, and a marvelous save by Troy Gamble. Wow.
I tell you what, I'm surprised Gamble isn't hurt on that play because he got bent right back. I tell you what, he was on his knees when Lefebvre went into the net, and Gamble's leg gets twisted back, but he looks like he's all right. He jumps right back up. Good flexibility by Gamble, but boy, the puck was right underneath the back of his stick, and they poke away at it, and they can't get at it.
Oh.
But I tell you what, no, he's fine on the play. It looks worse than it is. I tell you what, but good job by Gamble staying with that one. It's a tough thing to do when you're getting pushed back and you're still covering the puck up. Donnelly will get put into the box for boarding, and I guess with the hit up high like that, it wasn't that vicious, but it was a couple feet off the boards, and that's why it's called boarding. And good job by the Aeros being physical, but maybe a little bit too physical on that one play.
Thunder on the 2-man advantage. It is Richard. Worked it back along the far side for Lefebvre. Patrice Lefebvre drifting down the right side. Aeros need a big clear here. Here's the pass. It came down. Simon winding, centering one. It ricocheted in there, and Gamble makes the save. And then Danny Schenk gets a little physical in there, and everybody kind of holding their composure. Let me take you back to last year, folks. Now, remember, the Aeros penalty to Gord Donnelly does not start for another 18 seconds, okay? Because you can't be down 2 men. So it'll be 4-on-3 right now for 18 seconds, and then it'll be 5-on-3 for, what is it, about 1:06. So that's actually at least a wee bit of a break for the Aeros. They will be 2 men down, though, and right now, coming up, Terry Ruskowski would like to see a big face-off, one and a big kill here, see if the Aeros can hold on and keep this game tied.
Well, if Troy Gamble keeps staying sharp, and guys like Mark Lamb are able to win the face-off and get it out of the zone, I think the Aeros will have a good chance at killing this off.
Face-off controlled by Las Vegas. Back to Richard, top of the slot. Worked it down for Lefebvre. At the hash marks, right side, back to the line. Richard winding, shooting, and the shot was stopped by Gamble, and the puck turned around. Simon left side at the hash marks. Watched by Mark Lamb, still with the puck. Drifting down, weaving it back in front. Richard down low for Lefebvre, and now the penalty over, and it's a 5-on-3 for Vegas. A puck came down, tipped in there. Gamble may have gotten a piece, but it's finally shot back, and it came out at center ice and back to the Vegas blue line it goes. 5 minutes gone in the second period. Game tied at 1, and 52 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Schenk back to Hoggood at a right point. Turns one for Richard. Winding, shooting. He blistered it wide of the net. Hoggood picked it up at a right point. Hoggood on the 2-man advantage. Worked it back. Top of the slot for Richard. Cuts it back. Hoggood jammed it back down Lefebvre for Hoggood again at a right point. Looks for the shot. Rolled it over for Richard. Here's Richard. Worked on by O'Connor, who tipped the puck away. Can the Aeros clear it? Lamb is there. He will turn, clear it. Not out. Held in. A second effort is cleared down the ice. That is a huge play. Back is Hoggood, though, to his own blue line. Boy, if the Aeros could kill this off. Hoggood across the line, moves down right side, sets up on the power play. It goes to Lefebvre. They crisscross in front. It came back to the line for Sharples. Looks for the shot. He crosses up with Hoggood. Now Vegas setting on the 2-man advantage. 7 seconds left in that 5-on-3. Back to Sharples. Shoots. Gamble, great save. Puck loose, and the shot just goes wide. 2-man advantage is over. 5-on-4 for under a minute. Sharples, top of the slot, worked away by Maurice. Got it down. Hoggood sends it back for Simon behind the net. Waiting. He's got Schenk in front. Sends it. Hoggood winding, shooting. Gamble saving, and the puck is in front. Hoggood's got it back at the left side. 38 seconds left in the power play. Schenk along the boards, worked it down. Looking Simon, worked it up to the line for Hoggood. Hoggood fakes the shot. 28 on the power play. Sharples down the right side for Lefebvre to Sharples. Right point again to Hoggood. Getting set left side. Cross ice pass. The shot is blocked. Aeros turn. Can they clear it? No. And then Lamb with no stick down shovels that all the way down the ice. A marvelous play by the veteran. And the Thunder will turn and bring it into the Aero zone. Only 8 left in the power play. Hunt booms one along the boards. It'll go to the line. It's jammed into the boards. And then finally the penalty over. Aeros has killed it off. Here come the Thunder, though, turning along the the side, the shot right on. Gamble got a blocker on that. Aeros trying to clear it, and here is Mark Lamb near side. 13-10 to go in the second period. Game tied at 1, and the Aeros shoot it down. An icing call, yes, but a call they will take as Soleil will touch, and play is whistled down. Marvelous penalty killing by the Houston Aeros. Listen to this crowd.
I'll tell you what, the fans are being treated, and we'll come back with them.
Standing on their lips themselves. It's a 1-1 game back after this.
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. Here are 3 more new choices, but they aren't cars. They are 3 choices that make it easier for you to drive a new Dodge. Choose from generous cash incentives or exceptional interest rates or extremely low lease rates. The Dodge Buyer's Choice Sale. Why would you choose to buy anyplace else?
A crime is committed. A suspect is apprehended. A court date is set. A jury is selected. All rise. Now, UPN takes you where no camera has gone before. Inside the deliberation room. Inside the hearts and minds of 12 men and women.
And it's not right.
Who alone must decide the fate of another human being. Trial by Jury, a UPN special presentation.
Monday night at 8:30 on UPN 20.
Welcome back to the Summit. Houston, Las Vegas 1-1. Aeros just kill off a huge 5-on-3 penalty, and a good job by Gamble throughout, making saves like that and keeping the score notched at 1.
Off the face-off, Thunder have it. Rogers, top of the slot, shot blocked. Another shot goes wide. It's Blaine Moore, centered one, batted in there by Rogers. And the Aeros turn it around. Let's see if the Aeros can build a little momentum after killing that off. Yo scampering to center ice, and they've got a break. Yo shoots the puck in. It'll go hard along the boards. Out of the net, Curtis Joseph gives it to Ruslan Soleil. He cleared to the line, and it's out at center ice. Laniel hammered it in. That is offsides, though, and the face-off will come back to center ice with 12:34 to go in the second period. Game tie to 1. Mike Yo, the guy that we've talked about numerous times, he's having himself a pretty good year right now for Houston. I mean, you can't always look at the offensive side of things, especially with a guy like Yo that works hard every night.
He does. He does come to play every night. He has 6 goals, 9 assists this year, and he's doing the job everywhere on the ice. And sometimes you can't just judge a player by numbers, and because there's a lot of stats that they don't keep necessarily in the books, and that is things like hits and intensity, and he has both of those.
Puck is shot back into the arrow end. Darcy Lowen centered one for Blaine Moore off his stick, far of the net. Along the right side, or right wing boards, they go out of the corner, and Laniel wrestles his man to the boards. And now Yo comes to center ice. Mike Yo pass for Jakes, looking for Slivchenko. Instead it comes to Yo. Mike Yo turning right side, busting right in, and then pushed off by Soleil, and a penalty coming up to the Thunder. Delayed penalty. Gamble to the bench, and now Yo a little slow to get up.
Well, he was hit from behind into the boards, head first, about 5 feet away from where Mike Hurlbutt hit the boards, and he's slow to get.
Not the same intensity, though.
Well, no, it's certainly not the same intensity. I'm just saying that how peculiar to have something like that happen. Soleil gets a holding call, but then once the puck gets loose, he gives him a shot in the back, and he goes head first, well, sort of head first into the board.
How can that not be a penalty, too? He calls the hold, and then he doesn't call that.
It's still a dangerous situation. That's the most dangerous thing, is when you're 2 or 3 feet off the boards and you get hit.
That's worse than the one Donnelly took.
Well, it certainly is. I'm surprised he didn't get 2 calls on that, but he will go for the 2 minutes for holding, and the Aeros will get a power play. Hopefully they can take the momentum that they used from the 5-on-3 and turn it around and get a goal on the power play.
Face off left side of Curtis Joseph. DiPietro, Turgeon, Townsend with Lamb and Laniel. Oh, his inconsistency just kills me. Puck along the near side. Turgeon trying to push the puck away, and it's knocked away by Las Vegas and all the way back down into the arrow end. Gamble comes out to have a look into the near corner. Gamble, he'll play it along the boards for Mark Lamb, trying to reverse it behind the net, and here come the Aeros from left to right. DiPietro on the power play. Give it to Laniel in his own end. Forechecked by Richard. Hey, the Aeros having a little trouble here, but now they bring it out at center ice. Sylvain Turgeon drops line with Townsend. Turgeon getting set, pulls up top of the right circle. His pass was deflected away by Richard. It came behind the net for DiPietro, looking for Lamb along the left side. Pounds it down. DiPietro trying to cut in. Again by Lamb with 1:20 on the power play. DiPietro, make it Lamb rather. Cuts in front for Laniel. The shot, Turgeon on the doorstep. It came out in front. Turgeon, a marvelous chance, couldn't get it in there. Center, and the shot by Townsend ripped wide of the net. Again, DiPietro behind the net for Graham Townsend. Townsend waiting, base of the right circle. Gives to Turgeon, to the line Lamb. Tipped it, Laniel, shoots, stop, rebound. Oh, went wide of the net as Townsend went to town in front, centered. And it was blocked by Curtis Joseph. And the Thunder clear. It's out at center ice as Lamb couldn't quite hold it in.
Great action in front, Adam, as Turgeon, Townsend, and DiPietro feed that puck in front of the net. Townsend missing twice, but good action. You just have to jump on that rebound.
Conroy the other way, hits the line, dropped it for Maurice, bumped in there by Rogers. It came to Lamb, worked it for Maurice, jammed it back down. It was tipped away by the Thunder. Sharples brings it ahead, and they'll get it out at center ice and right back down into the Aero end. 25 seconds remaining in the power play for Houston. Here is Mark Lamb in his own end. He'll move it up and out. Lamb at center. Lamb cutting to the left side. Nice pass, Conroy busting down the left side. He's got Fear in front. Centered. Fear couldn't get the shot away, though. Back to the line. Here's O'Connor. Ripped one over Lamb. One-time shot. Didn't get good wood on it. Came down to Mike Maurice. Back to the line. Lamb over for O'Connor. The shot deflected right in there, and Joseph makes the save. And the penalty is over. Teams at 5 aside. It is Maurice. Banks one back to the line for Lamb. Trying to hold it at a right point. It's jammed along and then shoveled up over the glass and out of play. 9:57 to go in the second period. And a 1-1 hockey game. As now we've got Gordon Mark talking with Al Conroy. Troy Gamble having an outstanding hockey game as we take a look at our Pizza Hut save comparison brought to you by Pizza Hut. Curtis Joseph 9 saves, Troy Gamble 20 in this hockey game. And that's a look at your Pizza Hut comparison where Pizza Hut delivers.
Tell you what, a great job by Gamble. I tell you what, he's been one of the big differences in this game. Curtis Joseph doing well also, but I tell you what, the story right now is the intensity that Gamble is playing with. He seems to be kicking everything aside, blocking shots with the knob of his stick, with the toe of his skate, everything. And I tell you what, players I'm sure are glad to see the old Troy Gamble back in true form. Sorry.
Face off, top of the near circle. And I don't know what the holdup is. They're discussing about something right now.
You know what? I'm not sure what they're discussing, but I'm going to take a stab at it, and that is when the puck was knocked over the boards, it was done with a glove, and it looked like it could have been intentional.
Yeah.
And so I think they might have wanted a delay of game penalty, but I don't know if they're going to get it. They're probably arguing that fact. I'm not just a guess. I'm not really sure what they are arguing about. I'd like to have a microphone on the referee.
I wouldn't. I'd like him to have an IFB so he can hear a few things. Face off will be to the top of the near circle as Terry Ruskowski doesn't like it. And it'll be DiPietro trying to win the draw away from Todd Simon. Here's a look at Scott Hansen. Drop of the puck and the Thunder got it. Here's Greg Hoggood, watched by Slivchenko in behind the net. Hoggood turns to the near side. It's tipped away, Lakovic, and he'll move it up and out of the zone. Lakovic near side, pushed it into the Aero end. Out of the net, Gamble trying to play it away. Now it is Valamont, jammed it along the boards. It came to Yo. It's back out at center ice, and Hoggood is there. Hoggood turning in his own end, forecheck by DiPietro. They'll hammer it along the boards. It came to the near side, and it went through the neutral zone. And now Simon's got a chance down left wing into the Aero zone. Simon bumped by Carl Valamont, and it's turned away by Jakes and pushed to the near side for Slivchenko. We're going to get Jakes going with Lakovic. Oh boy, here's Lakovic going after Jakes, spun him off. Jakes trying to hold tight in there, and then Lakovic wrestles him down. Wow. Jakes, he got kind of turned around a little bit there, and Lakovic just wrestled him down to the ice.
Well, Lakovic comes at him at full speed, and when someone comes at you, he tried to get out of the way, but yeah, you're right, he did. He got spun around on the play, and then Lakovic had the advantage of position on him, and Jakes and Lakovic will both go to the box, but the thing is, in the corner, they're giving each other a couple of shots, and away they go. And as you saw earlier during the player, is they both take a couple of haymakers at each other, and eventually Lakovic will throw Jakes to the ice as the helmet comes off, and they'll both go to the box. So haymaker city there, but no one really connected.
Steve Jakes had his penalty string snapped against Cincinnati on Thursday. He had 12 straight games with a minor, and that is now superseded by a major. But tonight, the Aeros trying to get some major offense started. They're tied at 1, and Lakovic continuing to bark with Steve Jakes.
And Lakovic is 4th in the league in majors. He has 10. Make that 11 now, so that puts him up tied for 2nd with LaBelle, who we just saw against Cincinnati. Of course, Andy Bezot leads the league in major penalties at 13.
Off the face-off, Aeros have got it. Curtis Hunt works one out at center. After it is John Batten icing. If the Aeros or the Thunder get there, they don't. Joseph had to play it away for Danny Schenk near side. Watched by Batten. And then comes in to lower the boom. And here's a puck at center for Donnelly. Turns one ahead for Batten. Batten had it. Nice pass for Townsend. Townsend moving right side across the line for Conroy. Conroy hammered one in front. Batten had a chance at it. Now Conroy in behind the net. He's Hoggood at it. Now Conroy taking a look and wanting to go with one of the Thunder. Finally, Las Vegas turned it and Batten cleared it center. That's a 2-line pass, but play will be whistled down, and let's take timeout. 8:43. Oh, hold on here. Let's keep it right here. Hold on. We've got Riccardi and Conroy getting at it. And the linesmen separate, and then Townsend's in there. Where's Batten? Batten down the hatches, folks. I think he wants in somewhere with Rhett Tremblay. Those two kind of get locked up. Riccardi's in there. He and Townsend. I'd love to see Batten go. I don't think it's going to happen, folks.
Well, Hansen in there trying to break things up, obviously, helping out his linesman. I don't think you're going to see anything, but good intensity shown by both teams in that situation.
Now we'll take our timeout. 8:43 to go, 2nd period. It's the Aeros 1, the Thunder 1. This is Saturday Night on Ice.
Here's your wake-up call, nature lover.
If that didn't work, try this. Now, for only $259 a month, get a classic Jeep Cherokee with 190 horsepower, automatic transmission, quadra-link suspension, and driver's airbag. All for only $259 a month, including air at no charge. Now, if that didn't wake you up, try this.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
When you need an auto part, you don't need to search high and low.
It's been in the family for 40 years.
1950 Cadillac radiator hose?
Most auto parts places can't be bothered.
I didn't have it, but I knew the warehouse would.
The high-low guy came up with it.
Next day, the guy had it.
Are you ready for this? It was the right one.
He could get a conversation anywhere. What he needed was high-low.
1-1 hockey game from the Summit. 8:43 to go. Is in the box Al Conroy and Jeff Riccardi. But you know what, folks? It's getting cold out there, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Saturday, December 23rd, the Houston Aeros take on the Cincinnati Cyclones in a Christmas wonderland at the Summit. We have Santa Claus, the Houston Youth Symphony, and much more. Hey, bring a fruitcake and receive 2 $10 tickets for the price of 1. Proceeds benefit the Star of Hope mission. Join us for a holiday celebration. Happy Hockey Days. From your Houston Aeros, folks, I just read them. Let's go down to Rob Dobson. Dobber, what's going on down there?
Oh, not very much, you know. It's just a real exciting hockey game from this standpoint. But, you know, it's been good. We did a couple of real good things to kill off that 2-man advantage. I think that the forwards did a tremendous job to keep their shots from the periphery. Gams is playing tremendous. He's out in front of the play really good. And then we got a couple real good chances down on our power play to score. Unfortunately, we weren't able to score. So we're getting going back at him, and hopefully we can continue on the rest of the game.
All right. Thank you, Dauber. As Scott Hansen explaining something to Terry Ruskowski and not too happy about it. And a face-off brought back into the Aero end. And let's see here. I don't know what he's whining about.
Bentley's on the play to the Las Vegas Thunder.
We should go 4-on-4 with the Miners there. 8:43 to go in the second. It's a 1-1 game, and Terry with his arms folded saying, what do I need to catch a break?
Well, a lot of times it's because they are even up that they get mad. Sometimes I think some coaches feel that they should be on the power play in the situation, not in this case, as they both get minors.
It is Miles O'Connor in behind his net, flushed out along by Danny Schenk. Pass to the near side for Turgeon. He'll race to center. Turgeon shaking off a Simon check, rips the shot right on and sends Joseph back. Here's O'Connor, but he couldn't get good wood on it. And it's tipped back. Sharples rolled it away near side. Danny Schenk, and it is held into the Aeros zone. Pursuing is Turgeon. Takes Sharples into the boards, and now a chance. Valamont shoots. Scores! Carl Valamont with a big drive, and the Aeros take a 2-1 lead.
That's Carl Valamont's first goal of the season. What a blast as he puts it over the shoulder of Curtis Joseph. And a good job by Freer in front screening. But Valamont with his first goal of the season is a good job by that line, working it hard. And Valamont gets a chance and he takes it. Freer in front screening, and he didn't see it till he actually came back out of the net. But what a shot as he rips this one up high, right up underneath the bar. And there's no doubt about that one. The Aeros lead it 2-1.
And I'll tell you who the smartest man in the world is Pete Dineen, getting him signed to another 25-game tryout today. This was his final game of the 25-gamer, and he says, Peter says, hey, you want to stay for another 25? Carl says, yeah, I do. Is that easy? And all of a sudden, Pete Dineen's the smartest guy in the world.
Well, that is a smart move because Valamont has been so effective for the Aeros. He has played solid defensively, and now he gets his first goal. Added to his already his 6 assists. That makes him pretty good on the defensive side, and now starting to add a little bit offensively.
I think we're going to have a stick measurement, folks. Please, this is like last year. Do you remember Bob Strum calling for stick measurements? I don't know whose stick they've got though, and who called for it, but I can't tell.
Well, it's not Valamont's because he's leaning on his, and I'm trying to see who else on the ice is. I think it's Mark Freer's leaning against the boards, and I don't think he has a stick in his hands. I can't really see from this point, but it might be Mark Freer's, or maybe even Slivchenko's.
Now, here's the thing. There's like 3 or 4 different measurements they can take on a hockey stick. When you call for a stick measurement, you only get one measurement. You don't get to say, I want the whole stick measured. You call the heel, you call the width of the blade,
the curvature.
That's it.
I think it is one call. I think it is Slivchenko's. I thought that was Freer leaning on the boards, but it is Slivchenko leaning on the boards. And you know what? He'll get called on the penalty as the referee puts the stick into the penalty box, and Slivchenko will join it.
All right, so that is a costly penalty for Slivchenko in 2 ways. One, his team is going to be down at 2 minutes. That's going to cost him in the pocketbook.
It is going to cost them a little bit in the pocketbook, and you know, some coaches add their own fines on top of that. They say they like one of the things that Terry Ruskowski said at the meeting right at the beginning of the year, the first meeting we had as a team, he said, I tell you what, you guys, make sure your sticks are legal because I don't like illegal sticks.
I don't understand it. I mean, I just don't understand why you've got the time. You're here 2 hours before the game.
It's not. See, Adam, it's not the point that they don't have the time to do it or don't want to. It's the fact that that stick with the illegal curve on it is going to give him an advantage and one that he likes to use, and I guess he's willing to take the chance. So I don't think it's a fact that he doesn't think he has the time. He just likes to stick the way he likes it, and unfortunately that's illegal.
Well, this is what teamwork is all about. Here's where maybe the team needs to rally for Slivchenko and kill it off. It's a 4-on-3 power play for 1:15. Then Conroy back out on the ice with Riccardi, and it'd be 5-on-4 for about 30 seconds as Donnelly booms his man into the boards. Puck came out in front, it bounced away, turned by Hunt, rebound, score! Todd Simon, and it took him all of about 24 seconds to score on the power play, and like that, the game is tied at 2.
A very, very awkward play. Simon getting his 19th goal of the season, 51st point, and I tell you what, that was an early Christmas gift, because the puck is bounced way up in the air. Donnelly can't reach it. It bounces through the crease, and somehow it's knocked back through Gamble's legs. And Simon's just standing there saying, can't believe his good luck, seeing the puck slide right onto his stick, and all he has to do is chip it over the line. And Terry shaking his head on that one too, because I tell you what, you work so hard, and then the other team seems to get a goal like that. I don't care what. If they come down and get a good goal, it doesn't take as much steam out of you as if they get a real cheap one like that.
Here is Mike Yeo turning along the left side, got it into the Vegas end. Joseph slows behind the net. Here comes Soleil, tipped it near side. Aeros worked so hard to take the lead and to lose it on that. Here come the Thunder now, turning it down the right side. Riccardi lost an edge, crashed and burned in the circle. And here comes Carl Valamont. for O'Connor. Worked one up the left side for DiPietro, trying to slide through the check of Lefebvre, and here come the Thunder now at center ice. Lefebvre hits the line, looks in front. Here's a chance as it's centered, but it's tipped away by Houston, and now it is Miles O'Connor, watched by Lefebvre. O'Connor wings one to Mike Yeo as he's forechecked by Blaine Moore, and then the Aeros having all kinds of trouble breaking it out of their end. Here is Yeo in his own zone, turns one to Valamont, slipped it back for Yeo. It's cleared out at center ice, and the Thunder have it. Ruslan Saleh for Darcy Lowen, a rink-wide pass behind the breaking Richard. Had to go back to his own blue line, and here come the Thunder. A pass broke up. Now we're back to 5-a-side. Here comes Richard. Sends Saleh right in. The pass centered, but Richard couldn't get there. And Gam's a little slow to get up. He may be hurt from that original play. Conroy for DiPietro in the log. Great save by Cujo. Oh, boy. And he'll shoot it down. Oh, Cujo with a nightmare of a save, and the puck is stopped by Donnelly, and play is whistled down.
I tell you what, DiPietro probably saw a bit of Cujo too when he was in the NHL. And I tell you what, Joseph just robs DiPietro on that one. As DiPietro goes in all alone and makes a great move. He goes to his backhand, and Cujo sliding with the two-pad stack gets the puck, and then the Las Vegas Thunder ice the puck. But a good job by DiPietro getting in the open, but he makes a good move, but an even better save by Joseph as it goes off his blocker.
Off the face-off, it is controlled by Gord Mark. Rolled it up the right side for Rogers, moves to center ice as he's boomed in there by Townsend. Now on the near side, Lowen scrapes it into the arrow end. It's a 2-2 game, 6:07 to play in the second period. Puck shot down wide of Gamble, and he will be the one we watch right now. He does not look like he's 100% right now. Rogers looks for Lowen. Lowen busting down the left side. Centers one. It's tipped away. They bang away at it. Here is Lowen shooting. Stopped in front. Never made it to Gamble. And it's turned away by Mark Freer at center ice. Pass to the left side for Townsend. Townsend getting set. Townsend trying to shake off a check. He rolled into the far corner for O'Connor pinching. Zoltok tipped it away. And Lowen will hoist it high in the air, and that will find its way out at center ice. Freer tipped it back into his own zone for Mark Laniel. Quick pass, Turgeon back for Laniel. Aeros trying to move it in transition, and here is Townsend. I don't know, went a little ahead of that play, offsides, and play whistle down. And 5:24 left in the second period. It's a 2-2 game. Let's take time out. We'll be back after this.
Everything's new at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer. Even new ways to save. The 96 Buyer's Choice Drive Away. It's your choice. Drive away in the fun-to-drive 1996 Plymouth Neon and get 1.9% APR or $500 cash back.
Right here, right now. This is where you want to be.
See what's new at your local Texas Chrysler Plymouth dealer today.
Bill gave me options. He told me about parts and also preventative tips. I'll come back for sure.
For us, that's what it's all about. We're proud of our repeat business. Folks wouldn't come back if they weren't happy.
Brake Check does it right.
The Rockets head to the Great Northwest to battle the Blazers Sunday night at 8:30, and nobody puts you closer to the action than UPN 20. UPN 20, the first network for the next century.
Jacks and the Aeros, Saturday Night on Ice special edition on December 15th, 6 p.m. The Aeros and the Cleveland Lumberjacks in a big Central Division battle, and we look forward to having you join us on UPN 20 or on KPRC 950 AM. We might even let Mike Greenlay come along.
You gonna take me on that trip, are you, Adam?
Yeah, I think I'll let you tag along. See beautiful Gund Arena. You haven't seen that, have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh, did you play last year then?
Yes, I did.
I didn't know if you made it there in time before you gone on, but
well, they whisked me away to the American Hockey League.
Oh, brother. I can't take a whole year of you, pal. The puck comes up and out of play.
Tell you watched that puck go up in the stands earlier on in the game. I think it was Laniel's stick was jettisoned out into the stands. You don't see that too often, but the fan brought the stick back to the bench, and the trainer, Steve Sumner, put the puck, gave him an opposite stick as he traded it in.
Curtis Joseph, one of the goaltenders and a member of this quote-unquote goaltenders union, which we'll talk about more in the second period. I mean, You know, I guess once a goalie, always a goalie. You're still a member of this union, and I really think you got to let me in, though. I mean, you know, if I got to put up with you for a year, I have to stop your jabs.
I'm just an alumni now.
The alumni. Okay, here's Tremblay. Sends one to Shank. Centered in front. It's blocked. Tremblay fighting for the loose puck. He and Laniel get tied up. Tremblay lost an edge and went down. And here is Mark Laniel. He'll turn it in his own zone and then blasted ahead for Miles O'Connor. O'Connor through the neutral zone, hits the line, shoots. Joseph, a right pad save. Along the far boards, it's taken by Las Vegas, knocked away. Thunder clear it, and it's up and out at center ice. Blaine Moore make it Todd Simon now across the line. Simon shooting, Gamble saving, and Gams covers up and holds on. And I'll tell you what, he just does not look 100%, and I hope he's all right. We'll hopefully get an update. Our boys at the Houston Aeros are in the midst of an all-out pro hockey war. You can support the war effort. Houston Aero war bonds are on sale right now. War bonds are $10 ticket vouchers and booklets of 5. They're redeemable for tickets to the games you want to see. Perfect gift for the holiday. Just call 627-AERO. And I sure would like to find out if Troy Gamble's all right.
I tell you what, Gams, he does seem to be moving around rather gingerly when he has to move quick. And, you know, sometimes when a goalie is having a really good game, you know, you don't want to take yourself out. You don't want to, I guess, hurt the team. Although Dobson very adept at stopping the puck, he still would have to come in being cold, and that would be tough for him and tough for everyone.
Maybe next whistle we'll go down to Dauber, see what he knows. But right now the puck is controlled by Gamble and behind the net. Here is Curtis Hunt. He'll move it from left to right. Gamble trying to get it out. Now Hoggood going after Slivchenko and wailing away at him. What started this?
I'm not sure, Adam, but I tell you what, I sure hope Hansen saw that one, because he'll be out of the game.
He should be.
He should be, yes. He should be thrown out of the game for that, just because of the, I guess, instigation as he chased him down, threw him to the ice, and started wailing away. And that'll be good for the Aeros if Hoggood's thrown out of the game.
Slivy must have done something, though.
Well, people don't react like that just out of the blue. But I tell you what, if the referee didn't see it, then he can't call it. And so we'll see what the call. It will be very interesting to see how this one turns out.
Greener, the way this week has gone, I'm not holding my breath. I have lost all hope.
I tell you what.
Gone. Well, hopefully they'll sort this out quickly. There's 4:20 left to go in the second period. While we have a second, let's go down to Rob Dobson. Dauber, does it look like to you Troy's a little shaken up right now?
Well, I know, Adam, I know in the first period there he had a little bit of a problem with a hip flexor muscle. And you know what it is it's okay to play and move around, but when you have to skate after the puck, it tends to pull a little bit. But it's something he's had now for a couple of weeks, so it's nothing new. You know, that big old body of his, I don't know if you can actually pull a muscle, but you know, he looks fine, and I know it's something happened early in the period, and he's going to continue to play with it.
Did you happen to see what started the situation with Hoggood and Slivchenko?
Well, you know, they'd had a couple of words earlier in the period, and I think it's something that's brought over from this. Slivy had an elbowing penalty that was coming on, and then Hoggy came back and got at him, you know, with some punches. But I think he's kicked out of the game, which is good for us because it gives us a 5-minute penalty, and that's the most important thing right there.
And he doesn't like the call. Thank you, Dauber. He is not happy wanting to go after Scott Hansen.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know how he expects anything else than that call after you chase someone down like that. I mean, whether he is right in doing so or not, the rules state that if you do instigate a penalty, you are thrown out of the game, and he's going to get a 5-minute penalty. And I believe it'll be 5 minutes for fighting.
They're trying to sort. It is 5 for fighting. He's upset because he's getting the 2-minute instigator along with that and a game misconduct. So he can take his points with him. And that's a huge break for the Aeros. Plus, they're on the 5-minute power play.
Hoggood for the Thunder, 2 minutes instigating, 5 minutes.
So I don't know what started it. It was along the near boards, and I didn't see it. It was behind the play. You've got to think that Slivy did something, obviously, a slash or a spear or something.
Well, he probably gave him a little shot behind the legs or something like that. Like I said, all we saw was Hoggood chasing him down afterwards, and a good job because Slivy's pretty fast. I just don't think Slivy saw him coming, but it is a good job by the Aeros to kind of get out of that situation with a 5-minute major penalty to their advantage. This will close off the period on the power play, and it doesn't matter how many goals the Aeros score because it is a major penalty, and they can score at will. The man they'll have to try and get the puck by, though, Curtis Joseph, has been strong all night, and they'll have to be really strong. And I'm sure Terry Ruskowski wants to know why Well, I don't know what Gary Ruskowski's yelling at right now. I was going to say maybe he wants to know why the face-off's there, but that's where the incident occurred. And so that's where the draw will come.
So a face-off at center ice, 4:20 to go in the second, 2-2 game, and now the Aeros with a chance to do some damage because they get a 5-minute power play. It is a score-at-will power play, meaning they can get as many goals as they want. Let's see what they can do. It is Mark Lamb in his own zone. Turns one to the right side for Paul DiPietro. DiPietro, rink-wide pass for a breaking Turgeon. Turgeon trying to cut it down behind the net for DiPietro. It came back to the near side for Lamb, though. Lamb trying to scoop it down. Thunder, though, I'll tell you what, something like this, I think, is just going to motivate him. And don't forget the Thunder, big time penalty killers. And now Lefebvre knocks Townsend off the puck. That's no easy task. It is Laniel in his own end. Laniel, he'll break it up and out of his zone. Ooh, nearly gave that away to Lefebvre. Here come the Aeros, though. Lamb shoots one in, but it's taken back by the Thunder and cleared at center. A 2-on-1 the other way. Here's Lefebvre, right side, more winding, shooting, and his shot goes wide of the net. Sharple's left side turns one down. Aeros yet to even set up on the power play. 4:10 to go in the major to Greg Hoggood. Here comes Lamb. Right side, Turgeon trying to bust in there. Turgeon base to the right circle, had it taken away, got it back, sends one for Townsend. To the line for Laniel. Back for Graham Townsend, gives to Turgeon at the hash marks. Right side getting set, cross ice pass tipped down. Here's DiPietro, he's got Turgeon on the doorstep, shot right on, blocked by Joseph. DiPietro stuffing away at it, and it's cleared to the line and out at center ice. 3:43 left in the major, 3 minutes to go in the second, 2-2 game. Here come the Aeros. Right side, Mike Maurice pulls up, looks for Conroy, that's jammed away and cleared all the way back to center ice. And Miles O'Connor has to hustle back. O'Connor in behind the net, playing peekaboo with Todd Simon. Here he comes from left to right. O'Connor skating to the left side, moves it out at center ice, pass to Mark Freer across the line. Freer bumped off by Ruslan Soleil, hammered it near side. Here is Mike Maurice along the boards. He's bumped in there, taken back Conroy, went without the puck though, and then he's spun off by Fiorentino. And here's Maurice, cross ice pass, left side. O'Connor turned it down, a centering pass knocked away, and the Thunder chip it all the way down the ice.
The Aeros haven't been able to set up the play really. They've been forced really hard by the Las Vegas Thunder, and once they get it set up, they're fine, but right now having trouble doing so.
At center ice, it's Mike Maurice, turns one to Valamon across the line. Here is Al Conroy, centered, it hits skates, loose puck, Thunder turn, clear it. It is Schenk in his own end, had it picked away by Freer, right in, he's hooked on the play and moves away. That was a nice defensive play, shouldn't have been a penalty. Freer had himself hooked on that. It was a good defensive play, I believe, by Riccardi. Puck came out in front. Here's Carl Valamon, who has one of the Aero goals. Worked it down for Freer, base of the circle, behind the net. It's a stuff shot in front that's blocked, and the Thunder bring it up and out of the zone. Riccardi, center ice for Schenk, hits the line. Now Richard right in, but a bouncing puck he could not control, and Carl Valamon is there. Valamon moves it up and out of his zone. Forecheck by Moore. Give it to O'Connor. And now it is Valamon to the near side, DiPietro. 1:20 to go in the second period. Aeros still have not really put a shot on Curtis Joseph on this power play. Puck down into the near corner for Gordon Mark. It's tipped away. Thunder turning. Lefebvre had it stripped by Yo. And here's Turgeon, and it went right over the stick of Mark Lamb and all the way down the ice. A minute to go in the period. 2-2 game, 1:40 left on the 5-minute major to Greg Hoggood, and Turgeon overskated the puck. Here's Sharple, short-handed, shoots, and Gamble a blocker save. Turgeon behind the net. He'll play the puck to the near side for DiPietro. DiPietro at center for Laniel, hits the line. Laniel getting set, he centered one, it was tipped away by Curtis Joseph. To the near side, Lamb couldn't find the handle, it's all the way back into the Aero end. 35 seconds to go in the second period, 2-2 game. Laniel for Turgeon, trying to move one ahead, but the Thunder are there, they'll hammer it down, and now Mark Rogers going after Turgeon, and then Turgeon tackles it.
So a lot of physical play.
And Rogers going, look at this, Rogers breaking away and trying to whale away at the back of Turgeon.
Rogers didn't like the fact that he was thrown to the ice when they started fighting, and so he gets out of the pile somehow and goes after Turgeon again. A lot of physical play, I was going to say, in this game so far. We've seen three odd fights here, and I tell you what, like we keep saying, when these two teams get together, it's put the gloves on or take them off, whichever way you look at it. And a lot of fights, a lot of physical play, especially after the whistle.
24 seconds left. Turgeon off the ice as well as Mark Rogers. And they will sort things out.
There's only 24 seconds left in the period. The Aeros still have 1:05 on the power play, but we'll see if that is negated by any calls here. I think it's going to be pretty even up.
For those of you watching on UPN 20, here's how it got going.
Turgeon makes the pass and he's hit, and he comes back with a little retaliation and then a little spear, and after that the guys go at it a little bit and away they went, and the rest is history.
Well, it's all matching, and it looks like the Aeros are saying, you know, very easily Turgeon could have gotten an extra 2 there.
Well, they kind of both were wrestling. I suppose if Turgeon would have gone after him or dropped his gloves quite a bit a time before Rogers did, it would have been that way. But they were both on the ice by the time they were both dropped their gloves and started throwing punches. So it was a good call, getting them both off the ice, and they'll have time to cool off as they went to the dressing rooms. There's only 24 seconds left in the period.
Conroy, Freer, Laniel, Townsend, Lamb with the final 24 seconds. Aeros on the power play. Terry Ruskowski barking something. Al Conroy, team captain, not happy about something as well. I don't know what they're waiting for. Las Vegas. I don't know what Las Vegas is trying to do here, but this should be delaying game.
But he will call it if he doesn't get someone out on the ice right away. I think he's just trying to make a bit of a statement.
Hey, Chris McSorley and Terry Ruskowski, 2 coaches very similar as far as intensity goes. Chris McSorley, the youngest coach in the IHL. Terry Ruskowski trying to get his troops to get a power play goal, but it is Lamb off the draw. Worked it left side. It's pushed away by Florentino, and that shoots up over the glass and out of play. 17 seconds to go in the second period. A 2-2 game. It was 1-1 after 1, and it is now 2-2 with 57 seconds remaining in the Hoglund penalty, but 17 seconds left in the period.
The Aeros haven't been able to get any concerted effort. Curtis Joseph made a few good saves off a couple shots, but we haven't seen the power play that we saw in the first period. And guys like Mark Freer are going to have to take it upon themselves to get in there and get some good chances on Curtis Joseph.
It is Mark Lamb back at his own blue line. Turns one up for Conroy. Down the left wing for Freer. It's pushed away, and Ruslan Soleil is there. And now a penalty coming up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a cross-check, or it's going to be roughing, as Freer takes one right in the mouth. And Fiorentino doesn't like the call, of course, but he did get his hands up in the air. You know what? That's one thing that players don't like, is when you go after a player to hit them, and right away their stick and gloves come right back up in your face. It's probably better just to take the hit on your shoulder. But Freer gets one in the face, and now they'll add to that power play advantage. With 44 seconds left in the Hoglund penalty, they'll get another 2 minutes on that, so they'll have a 5-on-3 for 44 seconds. But you see Freer trying to make it around, and he'll take a fist right in the face. And good job of Hansen catching that one.
Face off right side of Joseph. Lamb, Townsend again with Conroy. DiPietro out there with O'Connor. 4 seconds left. And the Aeros are going to start the second period, or the third period, on a 2-man advantage unless they get a quick goal here. And they'll try it again. Curtis Joseph and Troy Gamble, both ends have played very solid hockey tonight. Right now, Miles O'Connor arguing about something with the officiating.
I think he wants some of the time put back on the clock. As you see, there's only 3 seconds. I think it's taken about 10 minutes to play the last 24 seconds. It's like a college basketball game.
If this game gets out of hand, folks, it's going to turn ugly in the third. Could very easily, but in a 2-2 game, I don't see that happening. Here's DiPietro with a shot that's blocked. It came out in front, but not enough time to do anything, and the second period comes to a close. We played 40 minutes from the Summit. It's the Aeros 2, the Thunder 2. Back after this.
Shots on goal in the second period for Las Vegas 10 for your Aeros 11.
Welcome back to the Summit, everybody. A 2-2 hockey game. Adam Gordon along with Mike Greenlay. And what would you do with $1 million?
Oh, I don't know. I could find a few things to do with it.
Folks, you see this? This is a $1 million puck. 733 stones, 175 carats on a platinum base. The green Aeros they're emeralds with a diamond base. And I'll tell you what, Greener, it's worth $1 million. Is that unbelievable? Would that take care of your goaltenders union dues?
Well, the only due for goaltenders is to play, but I tell you what, $1 million puck, I don't know, a guy could go a long way with that.
Where'd it go? Well, forget about it. Let's go back to what we're talking about, the goaltender union. Tell you what, there aren't many dues to pay, but as we continue with our series, let's take a look at what it takes to be a goaltender.
You know, I talk to my neighbors about what I do, and, oh, you're the goalie, well, you got to be crazy to stand in there. And, you know, I keep telling them it's not as bad as it looks. And, I think everyone would mention, like you, other goalies have said as well, is when you're standing from the side, it looks to be coming a lot quicker than it actually is. And, you know, you have to be crazy to stand in there because there are times when you're going to get bumped and bruised, but my reply is, hey, I'm not out there getting checked into the boards and getting tripped up and cross-checked, and it's just a position where we have so much equipment on that it really doesn't hurt all that much.
It's especially down in Houston, down in Texas, I've found that fans and kids are kind of attracted to the goalies a little bit more because maybe they think we're crazy. They think that we have all the neat goalie equipment. We get to wear the mask that has the funny paint job on it. So it's been fun down here.
Maybe we're a little nuts because we don't realize what we're really doing. We're standing in front of a piece of vulcanized rubber that's whizzing at you at 80, 90 miles an hour. So I guess as long as people don't tell us that what we're doing is wrong, I guess we'll stay there.
All right, I've known you guys for 2 years now. Maybe it's just you. You're the crazy ones. No one else in the IHL is crazy. Are they, Dauber?
I played with a guy 2 years ago in Cleveland. I don't think he's in the league anymore. That Ole Sundstrom was his name. He used to stand in practice and stop pucks with his head. Just throw his gloves in behind his back, his stick away, and get on his knees. And guys would shoot pucks, and he'd sit there and deflect them with his head. I think that's probably the reason he's not in the league anymore.
Hey, Gams, you played in the NHL. There must be one or two guys that you can think of that are about as sharp as a sack of wet hammers.
There's a guy that plays for the Florida Panthers, Mark Fitzpatrick, who I played when I was 18 years old. 17 years old and junior in Canada, and this guy's an odd bird. He does some strange stuff. One night he lost on the road in Calgary. It's a 3-hour drive from Calgary to Medicine Hat, Alberta, where we were playing. He put on all of his gear, took off all of his gear after the game, put it all back on, and wore it on the bus all the way back home for 3 hours. Now that's crazy.
All right, thank you very much. Quickly, Greener, anything? You're a crazy man. You done anything crazy?
Yeah, I became a broadcaster.
Oh, no! Oh, wow. Well, they can't all be gems, folks, except for that puck. It's a 2-2 game back after this.
Chevy First Team dealers talk about the affordable full-size Chevy.
Chevy full-size is rugged, long-lasting, dependable, and a good value.
And this truck will go anywhere, do anything, day after day. Now that's genuine Chevrolet.
It doesn't cost a lot to buy or to run.
And Chevrolet trucks are comfortable. And they look good inside.
With Smart Buy, you can get the truck you want at a price you can afford.
How about $239 a month on a Smart Buy?
That's genuine Chevrolet.
That's genuine Chevrolet Texas style.
At your Chevy First Team dealer.
Do you need a brake check? Brake Check does it better.
After I got home, Gary, the manager, called me to see if I was happy with the work.
I used to have a lot of problems with my brakes, but since coming here, I haven't had any problems at all.
Not only do we fix it right, we guarantee it in writing.
They closed at 6, and I got there at 5:45, and they still worked on my car.
Now, who else would do that? Nobody.
Brake Check does it better. Brake Check does it right.
Your chance to win an Ultimate Star Trek Fantasy is here. UPN and Computer City want to send one grand prize winner to LA to see the stars and get a behind-the-scenes look at the set of Star Trek Voyager. Do the VIP tours, get $1,000 spending money, Voyager merchandise, and a Computer City computer with software. Runners-up will receive a prize package from Computer City. To register, send this information to this address or go by your local Computer City store. For store locations, call 1-800-THE-CITY. You can't make a wrong decision when you go to the right store.
Mr. Neighbor,
neighborhood Mitsubishi dealer. Your Galant S has more horsepower than Camry, Accord, and Taurus. Will you be charging as much?
No.
With Galant having more features, won't you demand the same high payments as 626 and Altima?
No.
But you're $227 a month, zero down Galant stripped, right?
No.
95 Galant S, $227 a month, zero down. From your neighborhood Mitsubishi dealer. The person who knows everything.
Excuse me, gentlemen, but did you know that we say yes to automotive credit instantly?
It's the Vegas Thunder 2, the Houston Aeros 2 in the second intermission. Back at the Summit, Adam Gordon along with Mike Greenlay, and an outstanding hockey game. This was a game that really in the first period, it was wide open, end-to-end action, but then it kind of turned chippy in that second period. I don't know if that's a benefit for Houston or not.
Well, a game that does start like that sometimes does start to close up a little bit, and when you get that closing, you get guys in closer proximity to each other, and they get a little grumpy, and they start holding on and throwing some punches here and there, as we saw in that second period.
Geez, all we need is Walter Matthau, and we'd have grumpy old men. But let's take a look at some goals in the first and second period. We started off on the power play for Houston. Paul DiPietro gets his 15th on the power play at 10:08. Mark Lam, Sylvain Turgeon getting the assist. We move on, and then Danny Shank comes back at 12:54, just 2.5 minutes or so later. Shank is 24th from Sasha Lakovic and Jeff Riccardi, and it was 1-1 after one. But we move to the second period, and Carl Valamon, who was just signed today to another 25-game tryout, gets his first of the year at 11:50. Turgeon and O'Connor getting the assist, 2-1 Houston, but then Todd Simon says, I want a goal. Simon scores the goal, 19th of the year, power play goal at 12:14. Danny Shank gets the only assist. And when we resume play in the second period, the Aeros will have a two-man advantage for a short period of time. If you joined us in the first intermission, we chatted with defenseman Mike Hurlbut, who, as you know, injured himself in his debut and hurt himself. And that kind of takes us into a similar topic when we take time out for good health. It's back injuries, as we do take time out for good health.
Time out.
It's a 2-2 hockey game back at the Summit, and Adam Gordon along with Mike Greenlay, and boy, I'll tell you, it's good to see the Aeros with this kind of performance tonight. They struggled against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a good hockey club, but they're playing very well tonight against Las Vegas.
Oh, they're definitely staying right in there. You have to remember, it was Detroit back-to-back, then Cincinnati back-to-back. Both those teams, very good teams. Now you have Vegas, and you expect the team to tire out, but the Aeros are showing good strength, good stamina, and they're doing a good job in the game.
They had a 1-1 tie after one, and then as we go to the highlights, Carl Valamon goes to work with that big shot of his.
Well, as you said, they just signed him to a 25-game tryout again, so I think he was a little excited in that, and he fires that puck right upstairs on Curtis Joseph. I tell you what, a good job, and sometimes when you don't have a play, you should step up and let it go, and you can see it's a very sharp angle, but Mark Freer's in front of the net screening Curtis Joseph, so it's perfect timing, and it went right upstairs over his shoulder, and that made it 2-1.
And the Aeros were enjoying the lead, but that was very short-lived as Todd Simon takes over.
Well, Simon gets a little bit of a break. The puck bounces around. It'll squirt back towards the open net, and Simon will just skate in, and a little gift from Santa right there, and the puck goes in, and that tied the game, and that's where it stands.
I guess when you're a top goal scorer, you get gifts like that. Taking a look at the stats, and it is, you look at them from that, it was 14-8 in the first period, but the Aeros, I think, are still getting outshot a little bit by Las Vegas, and I'll tell you, I think, you look at the way the Aeros have gone, they got to start getting more shots on Curtis Joseph, and the stats again are brought to you by Whataburger. Hey, what you waiting for? And here's a look at them. Shots 10-10 in that second period, and so the Aeros find themselves with 9 saves, as do Las Vegas. Power plays Las Vegas 1 of 3, Houston 0 for 3 on the man advantage. Back with the third period, we're tied at 2 back after this.
Is a superstar spokesman what makes Oshman's Super Sports USA?
Dream on.
Oshman's is supersized and super fun. Why, you can play your favorite sport right in the store. Shoot hoops, hit golf balls, swing a bat or a racket, or get your kicks 100 other fun ways. Think there's a more super sports store than Oshman's Super Sports?
In your dreams.
The dream starts at Oshman's. Visit any of our 14 area stores.
Right here, right now, this is where you wanna be.
Everything's new new at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer? Even new ways to save. The 96 Buyer's Choice Drive Away. It's your choice. Drive away in the award-winning 1996 Chrysler Cirrus and get 1.9% APR or $500 cash back.
Right here, right now, this is where you wanna be.
See what's new at your local Texas Chrysler Plymouth dealer today.
So what's it going to be, Dion? Football or baseball?
Both, boss.
Both?
Both.
Offense or defense?
Both.
Both?
Both.
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 Pizza Hut.
Meat lovers or stuffed crust pizza?
Both.
Both?
Both.
Want it all? Now Pizza Hut offers our Lovers Line toppings. Meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, or supreme. Piled high in a stuffed crust pizza.
So what'll it be, Dion? 15, 20 million?
Both.
Both. You'll love the stuff we're made of.
Back at the Summit, the Aeros and the Thunder tied at 2. The Aeros will have 40 seconds of a two-man advantage. That is what remains to Greg Hoggood's penalty. 156 is what remains in a penalty to Peter Fiorentino. For what it is worth, if the Aeros were to score before the two-man advantage expires, the Hoggood minor or major stays up, because that's from a major, and the Fiorentino minor comes off the board. Folks, I know a lot of people want to jump on their computer and take a look at the Houston Aeros on the internet, and you can locate them at Aeros.com. Just get up on the internet and go under Aeros.com, and you can take a look at what's happening with the Houston Aeros. Right now, they're in a pretty good game, tied at 2. Came back to the left point for Miles O'Connor. Here's Lamb at a right point. Give it to O'Connor with 25 on the two-man advantage. DiPietro jammed into the boards by Soleil. Here is Townsend for Paul DiPietro. Jams it over for Miles O'Connor. Here's a cross-ice pass that is blocked. Lamb holds it in, teetering the blue line. Give it to O'Connor. Worked it down, centered. Here's the shot, stopped in front by Curtis Joseph. Wow, Mark Freer with a marvelous chance in front. And Cujo makes the great save and holds on.
Tell you what, that puck comes across the crease, and Freer gets 2 whacks at it. The first one was his best chance, but a good job by DiPietro. Not even, it's kind of a no-looker, and he just fires it across. And the thing is, it was such a hard pass that Freer couldn't control it right away. So by the time he did get the shot away, it was already too close to Cujo's pad, and he gets a couple of whacks at it. But a good job by Curtis Joseph covering that one up, but getting across.
Face off in the circle to the left side of Curtis Joseph. Freer, Townsend, DiPietro with Lamb and O'Connor. Sticks down, drop of the puck. Here come the Aeros. Back is Lamb. Right side, DiPietro gives to Freer. Base of the right circle. Lamb, top of the slot. Slides it down. Two-man advantage is over. Now the Fiorentino minor remains. It is Freer behind the net. Freer cutting out base of the circle to the line for O'Connor. And now it is Mark Lamb. Skips over his stick. Aeros trying to move it down. Townsend lost an edge. Down he went. Behind the net, fighting for it was DiPietro. For Townsend. Looks along. He's worked on by Richard, fighting for that loose puck in the corner. And here's Freer. Freer turned it over though, and Simon will clear it all the way back to center ice. It was batted down by Miles O'Connor. O'Connor at center. Nice pass. Freer hits the line with Townsend. Townsend turns it back. Lamb cuts in, shoots. Joseph the save, and then he held on. Bobbled it for a second as I believe Freer took a bat at it, but he held on to it.
Good job by Cujo there covering that one up. But, you know, I had a chance to talk to Hoggood as he's showered and back up in the stands now, and he said that the reason he went after Slivchenko was Slivchenko gave him a bit of an elbow and then a cross check, and he didn't like that. But there you have the Lamb shot, a good high rising shot, gets up around the shoulder area of Curtis Joseph, and Joseph makes the save, and then he gets the rebound as Freer was floating in there looking for a little bit of action as he tried to chop that one into the net. But the score remains at 2-2.
Off the face-off, Thunder have it clear to the line out at center ice, and the Aeros take over. Laniel back to his own blue line. Forecheck by Schenk. Booms one near side, Maurice. And it's Mike Maurice in his own end. A minute and a half gone in the third. 25 remaining in the Houston power play. Vegas doing a great job of killing this off. Conroy turning in his own end. A pass center ice, blocked and shot back in. Laniel, forecheck by Simon. It is Laniel in his own end. Forecheck by a couple of guys, Schenk and Simon. Laniel. Watched by Schenk, forced him right back behind the net. This power play is over. Laniel, get it out to Jakes. Steers one for Slivchenko. Slivy moving in, trying to cut it on goal. Slivchenko had a man in front. Slivchenko, base of the left circle. Works it down for Maurice. Tapped it, Conroy had a chance in front. Can't get it to anyone. Centered it, but it hit the side of the net. And it's cleared all the way down the ice. Will it be enough for icing? No, it won't matter. It goes through the goal crease, so no icing. Jakes goes back to play it. Here is Jakes with 17:43 to play. Pass Conway, bump by Lefebvre, shakes off the check, but it's taken back by Richard, and Lefebvre takes over again. Lefebvre over to the far side, picked up by Moore, and he worked it to Zoltak, but tipped away by Maurice. And here is Vadim Slivchenko. Slivchenko at center, spun off the puck, and it goes back into the Aero end. 2-2 game in the third. Richard. Pass left side for Blaine Moore. He's hit by Jakes. It came down Laniel, trying to steer it away from Patrice Lefebvre. It came out at center ice. 17-10 to go in the third. Game knotted at 2. Puck back into the Aero zone. Gamble is there. Gamble to Laniel, and here he comes from right to left. Laniel, quick pass near side clear, and it tipped away by Lefebvre. And back is clear again. Aeros having all kinds of trouble getting it out of their end. Freer at center, hits the line. Freer's got Yo in front. Freer cutting in, turning, can't get the shot away as Riccardi doing a good job of tying him up. It is Townsend, down for Freer, chipped it for Yo. Yo turning base of the circle, trying to center, it was knocked away and back out at center ice. 3.5 gone in the third. And it is O'Connor, ripped it into the Las Vegas zone. Down the left side comes Yo, but Shank was there to tip it away. And here comes Danny Shank. He's got some room to wheel. Shank at center ice, lost the puck. Slivchenko takes it away. Slivchenko turning, and then Schlakovic tries to bump him off the puck. And it's shot back into the Las Vegas zone. Vegas chipped it near side. And it's taken away by Slivchenko again. Chopped down, and then Florentino tries to go after him. I'll tell you what, Slivchenko's a marked man right now. They're going after him. Here is Shank, turns one down. Here's the drive, stopped by Gamble. Loose puck, worked back to the line. Soleil jammed it. We've got another penalty coming up.
Well, I think Gamble was thrown to the ice, and I guess we'll see that afterwards.
Yeah, we'll sort it out when we return. Lakovic going to the penalty box. We take timeout. 2-2 game. Back after this.
20 more friends, and you'll receive a discount on tickets for welcome at Mickey's.
Gotta Go's come in 2 kinds. Not so good.
That tooth has gotta go.
And good.
Got the flowers, Mark. Now, when are you sending you?
Well, for the good kind, Southwest Airlines has Gotta Go fares from $19 on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
I'm real lonely.
But hurry, because the going isn't always this good.
Mom, I gotta go!
Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Let's look at the Magnum Power Sales event one word at a time. Magnum, as in Magnum Engines, as in Dodge Ram, ranked most appealing pickup by J.D. Power and Associates. Power, overall the most powerful line of truck engines on the planet. Sales, save on 5.2 and 5.9 liter V8s up to $670 or $500 on Cummins diesel. And event, it's the first time America's hottest pickups have ever been on sale like this. At the Texas Truck Stop, the new Dodge.
Back at the Summit, scores tied 2-2 with 16 left in the third period. Freer making a good job cutting through the defense, but he just can't get a handle on it as he's being held up by Riccardi. A couple whacks at it, but doesn't get the puck. And then Slivchenko getting chopped and then ran by Florentino. I tell you what, Adam said it, this guy's a marked man right now, as a lot of the Las Vegas Thunder are going after him.
Puck is at center ice. The Aeros on the power play, but Rogers tipped it away. And back is Miles O'Connor. O'Connor in his own end. Forecheck by Rogers, scoops one ahead for Paul DiPietro. He'll move it down, sized up by Darcy Lowen. Puck goes into the Vegas zone. Near side is Townsend. He's drilled by Gord Mark. Puck to the line for O'Connor. Here is Laniel for DiPietro, base of the right circle. DiPietro, nice little float pass for O'Connor. One-time shot right on. Wow, what a save by Joseph as Turgeon let it fly. O'Connor shoots, deflected in front, never made it to Joseph, and the Thunder turn and clear it. Gord Mark moves it up and out at center ice, and it goes into the Aero end.
You know, Turgeon's been practicing that one-timer quite a bit in practice, and I've been on the receiving end of a lot of those shots. He has a good one-time shot. Curtis Joseph made a great save there.
DiPietro right side hits the line, gives to Turgeon, snapshot wide. It's tipped behind the cage, but Soleil takes over. He tries to clear Connaught. Turgeon turns base of the right circle. Centered in front, batted away by the penalty killing of the Thunder, but they lose the puck. It's Townsend, right side trying to center it, but Soleil makes a diving poke check. He will clear to the line. Not out. O'Connor held it in, turned it right side for Turgeon. Sylvain Turgeon, a pass that's deflected, and Blaine Moore's got a breakaway. Short-handed, shoots. Did he scores? I wasn't sure if that went in. It hit the crossbar, but it did go in. A short-handed goal. And the Thunder take the lead 3-2.
I tell you what, originally it didn't go in. That's because it was floating through the air. The puck originally stopped by Gamble, went up in the air, and it made a big looping arc, and it dropped down behind Gamble as he didn't know where it was. The play was by Lefebvre. Lefebvre deflected that, and that's why the puck got up in the air. And then after that, it was all Las Vegas as they went down, and Gamble makes a good save, but the puck just floats into the net as it seemed to have eyes.
You know what? It didn't go in. I think it, as you said, floated, and then Gamble may have had it go in behind him. I think it hits the crossbar right there.
Well,
and then it goes in.
There it comes in, and it hits his shoulder and rolls in. But nevertheless, it's still, no matter which way you slice it, gives the Thunder a 3-2 lead as Blaine Moore walks in, the rookie for the Las Vegas Thunder, gets his 7th goal of the season.
And every game now, Las Vegas has scored at least a shorthanded goal against the Houston Aeros. And that couldn't come at a worse time for Houston. Lamb turning it center ice. Rolled one ahead for Conroy. Looking for Yo down the left side. He's bumped by Florentino. Conroy turning, still on the power play. Centered one and hit skates. Cleared to the line, not out. Held in by Lamb. Right side, Conroy tees it up. Shoots! Blocked in front. Conroy can't get the backhander. Lamb ripped the shot high and wide of the net. Freer looks in front. That was tipped away, and the penalty is just about over to Sasha Lakovic. And Florentino rolls it out at center ice and plays. Whistle down. Lakovic stays out. It goes into the Las Vegas zone, and it's ripped along the boards and cleared out at center ice. 13:49 to go in the third, and a 3-2 Las Vegas lead. Puck shot in. Curtis Joseph makes the save. And what I am told is his last game this year. For this time being, I say not this year, but in his last game before he heads off to be with his family. Goes down, and here is Steve Jakes. Jakes, right side pass, DiPietro. Had it stolen by Simon. He cuts in on, now for Shank. Here's the shot in front, whistled wide by Lakovic. Boy, what has gone wrong with the Aeros in this third period?
A couple big giveaways, Adam.
Boy, you just don't turn the puck over to this hockey club, and they have made 2 very costly ones. One that resulted in a goal, and here's another turnaround. 2-on-1. Simon with Shank, shoots, Gamble save, rebound, picked up Shank, he centered it again, but this time the Aeros were back to clear it. At center ice, it's rolled ahead. Thunder turn it around. Lakovic muscled off by Slivchenko, and Curtis Hunt romps to center ice. Hunt right side, got it into the Las Vegas zone. Joseph out of the net to slow, and here is Gord Mark. Rolled a pass to center ice for Simon, tipped away by Freer. They go hard into the boards, battling for it. Blaine Moore shot it into the arrow end with 12:39 to go in the third. Vegas leads at 3-2. Turgeon for Freer, cutting in. He's belted by Las Vegas, but here's Turgeon whipping a shot. Had that labeled for the upper corner, but just missed the net. Is he close with that shot? Freer had it batted away, and Blaine Moore goes in again. Moore sized up by O'Connor. O'Connor takes him into the boards. They battle skate to skate along the wall. Here's Zoltak to Lefebvre. The shot, stick save made by Gamble. And now it is Turgeon. He'll shoot the puck ahead. It hit one of the Thunder, I think Lefebvre, and came out at center ice. 12 minutes to go. Las Vegas up a goal. Here comes Zoltak cutting in. Shooting, Gamble got a shoulder on that one. And that seemed to sting him as well.
I think it's that hip flexor still, because he goes down to one knee and he has trouble getting back up real quick.
Mark Lamb now. Pass for Al Conroy. He had to go back and regroup in his own end. Conroy turning in his own end. Rolled the pass to center ice for Lamb, moving into the Las Vegas zone. Lamb had it swept away by Ruslan Saleh, and then taken hard into the boards. Also, Conroy firing in there with Lefebvre. It's rolled along the boards to the line. Jakes trying to move it down, but Lefebvre intercepts it and comes out at center ice for Zoltak. 3-on-1. Here they come. Lefebvre winding, turning, centering, shooting, stopping in front. Was one of the Aeros Maurice, and a penalty coming up. It's a delayed penalty. And I think it's, again, Troy Gamble a little slow to get up. We'll sort it out when we return. Vegas leading 3-2. It's Saturday night on ice.
Going for a little midnight snack or some church's chicken.
Ah! 911! Santa Claus is in my kitchen eating my church's chicken, and ain't brought no toys at all. Out that boy, out, out!
This holiday, get 10 big pieces of juicy marinated chicken, 3 corn and large mashed potatoes for just $9.99. Gotta love that deal.
And get that livestock off of my roof. Gotta love it.
On the next Kung Fu,
Stay out of my life!
Your mind is inflamed.
something evil is controlling Peter.
I will kill him.
Now, Cain must fight.
The Sheldon priest. He must die.
To bring Peter back from the edge.
Let my son go.
On the next.
I cannot go further.
You must. Kung Fu, the legend continues.
Sunday night at 7 on UPN 20.
Back at the Summit, Las Vegas leads at 3-2. Jakes gets held up on the play, but Maurice gets back to help out on this 3-on-2. Lefebvre fakes a shot and then spins around and backhands one, and then it's chopped towards the net, but Maurice was stacking the pads in front of the net and does a good job to keep the score at 3-2. And then another shot, Gamble takes up high, right on the shoulder, and that kind of stung a little bit, but I still think it's his hip flexor that's giving him a little trouble, as he didn't seem to show anything towards the shoulder, but he had trouble getting up. And Laniel is in the box right now for cross-checking, so the Aeros on the penalty kill.
It is Mike Yeo in his own end. He's pushed off the puck by Lefebvre, but still managed to get it down the ice with 11:05 to go in the third, and a 3-2 Las Vegas lead. Aeros need to kill this off and try and get back that goal that they gave away shorthanded to Blaine Moore. Thunder shoot the puck into the Aeros zone. It's cleared by Yeo back out at center ice. Regrouping is Richard. Rolled one near side for Lefebvre. Across the line. Goes into the Aeros zone. Gamble slows it. Now it is Yeo turning near side. Chipped it off the boards for DiPietro. Can't clear. Second effort held in. And now turning left side. Here is Ruslan Saleh. Puck down low. Thunder trying to move it along. It was Shank back to Saleh. Make it Simon rather. Todd Simon, right wing boards back to the line for Richard, winding, shooting that puck high and wide, and Kenny Shank had to go with a quick heads up and get himself out of there. The Aeros take the puck and shoot it down the ice. 10:19 to go. Aeros need a goal. Minute to go in the Laniel penalty. Pass to the near side for Saleh, bumped by Conroy. Curtis Hunt took it away and rolled it back to the Las Vegas end, and here is Patrice Lefebvre. Lefebvre at center. Busting down the right side, hits the line, cuts down the right wing, looks in front, pulls up, chipped away by Curtis Hunt, knocked it back down, though Shank centered one, but it was tipped away and it came back out at center ice. 35 seconds remaining in the power play. Las Vegas 3, Houston 2, 9:45 to go in the hockey game. Ruslan Saleh for Las Vegas shoots it into the Aeros zone, and Hunt is back. Hunt. Long lead pass goes all the way down the ice to help kill off a little more time on this power play. Gord Mark works one ahead. Here come the Thunder left to right. In there to forecheck with Maurice, but Sharple shoots it into the Aeros zone. Along the far side, Rogers trying to kick it down. It's jammed along the boards. Aeros doing a good job, but it's Gord Mark, right point, getting set.
Penalty time has expired. Your Aeros will return to full strength.
And here is a pass to center ice. Maurice for Freer. Hit him right in the skates with that pass. And Freer has to regroup. Freer for a breaking Townsend knocked away. Rogers trying to push it ahead, but Mark Freer was there to move it ahead. It's shot back in by Vegas, and the Aeros go back. 8:50 to play in the third, and the Aeros down 3-2. Puck goes into the Las Vegas zone. Houston needing to make a line change, so Las Vegas takes over in their own end. Gord Mark, pass center ice, turned away by Laniel, goes into the Vegas zone, knocked down by Jeff Sharples, and he'll roll one out to center ice. Blaine Moore, who's got the go-ahead goal right now, he shot it into the Aeros zone. Here's Mike Yeo speeding behind the net. Yeo jammed one to center, came back along the boards and into the Las Vegas end. Peter Fiorentino is there. Yeo rather, trying to knock him off the puck. Townsend went without the puck. It came to center, and Shank trying to move it ahead. He's in a foot race and hauled down, and another penalty coming up to Houston. Tell you, Houston not helping their cause at all in this hockey game. We've got 8:13 to go in the third. Las Vegas 3-2. This is Saturday Night on Ice.
This is going to be a very special holiday season at Whataburger.
Orange and white stripes, great time. Come on in.
The burgers will be hot and fresh.
We're going to take care of it.
The prices will be just right.
Feed a whole family of 4 for under $10 is doing pretty good.
And as our gift to you, you can get one of these cuddly Coca-Cola plush bears for just $2.99.
Polar bear.
It's a little good time to spend together.
Good food, good friends. This holiday season, only at Whataburger.
What you waiting for?
Stop!
Pay no attention to those big city volume dealers and those big city prices. We've been slaughtering those prices for years in Tomball.
We have less overhead in Tomball, and we're Texas used car headquarters. We have 35 acres of vehicles to choose.
And with $2,500 cash back, that means you, the customer, buy the car $2,500 less than we dealers can.
And we'll pay off your trade-in regardless of what you owe. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, and no payments till 96.
We're the Tomball Bunch.
Your Houston Aeros are hosting the 1996 IHL All-Star Game. Join us for 3 fun-filled days featuring a Friday night extravaganza with the 1980 U.S. Olympic team versus the 1974 Avco Cup champion Houston Aeros, and a concert by Bruce Hornsby and the Range. The weekend also includes a golf tournament, a kids anti-gang rally, ice fest, and a festival featuring a card show. It's all coming up during the IHL All-Star break. Vegas leads at 3-2 with 8 minutes to play. Vegas on the power play once again. It is Lefebvre, right side, turns it down along the right wing or left wing boards. The shot goes wide. It's for Lefebvre, speeding right side. Quick heat wheel with a block. Lefebvre, right side, lets the shot go. Gamble made the save. The rebound swatted wide of the net. And Al Conroy is there. It'll be a shot all the way down the ice. Well, where it's been kind of the goaltending that's been the Achilles heel as of late for Houston tonight, not the case. Troy Gamble has been outstanding for the Houston Aeros. It's shot out at center. And Carl Valamont is there, and he'll roll it back into the Las Vegas zone. Lefebvre spins one along the boards. It goes down, tipped away, and Richard is there trying to move it ahead. He spanks it into the arrow end. Gamble wanted to play it. Instead, O'Connor is there. Jammed it near side shank. It's tipped away right to Paul DiPietro, and he'll clear one at center. Picked up by Richard. Moves it for Simon. Centered for Shank. Lefebvre gets it to Shank. The shot blocked. Never made it in, and Gamble is just struggling right now, folks, as far as if it's the hip flexor. Here's the shot by Soleil, hooked wide of the net. And the Thunder move it back. Soleil for Richard. Looks for the shot, and it's jammed back down for Danny Shank. Tipped away, and Carl Valamont is there. Valamont, he'll skate away. Center ice, Freer hits the line with DiPietro. Freer dropped it for DiPietro. Can't get the shot away, instead turns it down. Richard blocked it and then hooked off by Freer. That could have been a penalty. I think we're going to get one. I think Mark Freer got the hook in a little too deep, and the Aeros are going to be 2 men down.
I'm not sure. A good job by Freer forechecking, but you're right. He did get a little too much of the stick inside and pulled down on the play, and Freer will go to the box. That will leave the Aeros 2 men short for 20 seconds as Laniel will get out. And then there'll be the penalty to Freer. But you're right, the Aeros, the more penalties they take, the less chance they get to come back in this game.
While we got a minute here, let's take a look at the shots on goal brought to you by the Tomball Bunch. 32-22, Las Vegas out shooting the Houston Aeros, and Terry Ruskowski needs to see a few more shots out of his hockey team, but right now he needs to see him play a little smarter. They're not playing smart hockey right now.
Well, we talk about playing wide open, but that doesn't mean giveaways or getting players caught up ice, and for a little while that's been happening. So but here's the play as Freer is trying to get to the puck, but he just spins around and he hooks on the play Jean-Marc Richard, and so he'll go to the box for hooking.
Off the face-off, Thunder on the 2-man advantage for another 9 seconds. Lefebvre, top of the slot, Sharples lets his shot go. I think that may have hit the post.
I heard pipe.
Now it's jammed down. Sharples, top of the slot. Lets the shot go. It's blocked. 2-man advantage is over. Here's a centering pass. Gamble stopped it. Bang away at the rebound. Gamble stopped that. And then he's down and covering up once again.
Gamble makes a first save with his stick laid down, the paddle laid down on the ice, and then a couple of jams away at it. Good job by Gamble to stay with it as there was a big pileup in front of the net, but Sharples with a heck of a shot is blocked.
Now Curtis Hunt and Patrice Lefebvre getting into things a little bit.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I don't like to say frustrations because both teams have had good chances, but I tell you what, it's getting a little wild in this game, and there's already been 3 fights. There could be more by the time this is done, and there'll be a couple guys go to the box. One of them might be Miles O'Connor, and I think Al Conroy is telling Miles to just go to the box and don't say anything, or you're going to get another 2 minutes, and that's all. We don't need that right now. But Patrice Lefebvre and Miles O'Connor will go to the box, and the Aeros will still be on the penalty kill.
Well, 6:07 left, and here's a look at the saves in front.
Gamble gets his paddle down as it's deflected in front. A couple whacks at it is number 15, Blaine Moore. He has the go-ahead goal, and Gamble all over that.
We thought this one may have gone off the pipe. Let's find out.
Here it is, and oh yeah, it does come off the pipe just on the outside of the net. That's the goaltender's best friend.
Once again, terrific camera work by Paul Bykowski, Timmy Sinclair, and the rest of our UPN crew doing a fine job giving us a good look at that one.
A little 3D action on that one.
Terry's saying, Adam, leave it alone. So, 2 minutes up on the board to Lefebvre, an extra 2 out of all that. So that'll do it for the Las Vegas power play.
The extra 2 is for unsportsmanlike conduct. So you're right, they'll be even up right now, and at least the Aeros will have a chance right now with 6 minutes left to kind of put some pressure on Curtis Joseph. Some concerted effort, a pressure that will hopefully net them a goal and tie this game up.
Face off at center ice. Aeros trying to snap a 3-game losing skid, but are trailing 3-2 right now with 6:05 remaining. Jakes spins one up for center ice for a busting Sylvain Turgeon. Across the line with DiPietro. Gets it back for Jakes, but that rush was a little stalled offsides with 5:55 to go in the third and 3-2 Las Vegas.
You know, Adam, while we have the opportunity, I'd like to say hi to Louise Myers. She's recovering from surgery, and wish her the best. And also I'd like to say happy birthday to Buck Kincaid. He's 49 years young.
Bucky. You know, he was the equipment manager with the old Houston Aeros.
Yeah, and he comes around and helps up whenever he can. He's 49 years old and
still kicking like a mule.
Yeah, 1 year under the 50 mark.
Well, we'll leave that one alone. Here's a puck at center ice, and Gord Mark takes over and shoots it into the arrow end. Icing was called, and then I thought for a minute it was going to be waved off, but they say no, and Jakes is there to touch it, and we take time out. 3-2 in favor of Las Vegas. And we'll be back right after this.
Your chance to win an Ultimate Star Trek Fantasy is here. UPN and Computer City want to send one grand prize winner to LA to see the stars and get a behind-the-scenes look at the set of Star Trek Voyager. Do the VIP tours, get $1,000 spending money, Voyager merchandise, and a Computer City computer with software. Runners-up will receive a prize package from Computer City. To register, send this information to this address or go by your local Computer City store. For store locations, call 1-800-THE-CITY. You can't make a wrong decision when you go to the right store.
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. Here are 3 more new choices, but they aren't cars. They are 3 choices that make it easier for you to drive a new Dodge. Choose from generous cash incentives or exceptional interest rates or extremely low lease rates. The Dodge Buyer's Choice Sale. Why would you choose to buy anyplace else?
Back in the Summit along with Mike Greenlay. Adam Gordon with you. 5:43 to go in the third. A 3-2 Las Vegas lead, and Terry Ruskowski hoping his team can get the equalizer here. They'll get a short power play in 1:11. But the puck is turned over, and here is Schenk. Schenk is in, hooked by Laniel, shoots, Gamble, great save, and it's picked up by Jakes. Thrown to the near side, Laniel. Here comes DiPietro. Lead pass, Turgeon, ready to go! Oh, the marvelous save made by Joseph, and it was tucked wide of the cage. Turning is Turgeon again, cutting right in. Oh, the shot blocked, and the Thunder clear it. Great action back and forth, and Schenk is at center, wrestled off by Laniel, and the Aeros are back in their own zone. Oh boy, what action. It is Jakes, center for DiPietro. Turgeon was flying all over the ice. Puck was centered. It bounced into Joseph. He will hold on. 4:59 to go in the third. 3-2 Las Vegas. And in 27 seconds, the Aeros will get a short power play of all of 25 seconds.
And they'll be able to use that power play, but right now they don't need it. The way they're skating right now, Turgeon busting in the zone, getting a couple good chances, and hopefully this little flurry will spark the Aeros and get them going onto hopefully a game-tying goal. I'm sure the Aeros wouldn't mind this at least going to a shootout, and because in order to win it, they'll need 2.
Chris McSorley patiently wondering, will we hold on, while the Aeros scrambling on the bench to try and get the equalizer, and a face-off to the left side of Cujo, Curtis Joseph. And I'll tell you what, Bob Strum, who took advantage of him right away signing him, That's a great move. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm very mixed about signing NHL guys, and I'm not a fan of it, but as long as we're doing it, you got to take advantage of it while you can, and it's a great pickup. Puck is controlled by Las Vegas, and here is Jeff Sharples in behind the net, and Sharples will start it from left to right. In 18 seconds, the Aeros will be on a 25-second power play. Gordmark had it turned over, though, and Slivchenko takes it away. Slivchenko busting down the right side, cutting in, wrist shot blocked. Gordmark got in front of that, then it was tucked in by Slivchenko, and then Rogers getting in there a little bit, and Slivchenko backs out, and Maurice gets in there a little bit to make sure things are cool as Curtis Joseph holds on.
Once again, Adam, I see the Aeros trying to make an effort here to try and tie this game up. A lot of times people have gotten on the Aeros because the Aeros haven't come out and shown a lot of grit in the last 10 minutes of the game, somewhere where you need a lot of grit and determination. And someone like Slivchenko right there, who hasn't had a lot of points in the last few games, hopefully coming up with one there as he got a good shot on goal.
Taking a look at some upcoming games, our next telecast on Prime Sports will be December 13th at 6:30 as the Aeros take on the Atlanta Knights right here at the Summit. Or excuse me, no, what am I thinking? That's in the Omni. That's in the Omni, that's right. I'm so used to Prime games being at home. That's one of our 2 road games we have for you on Prime. Don't worry, I'll get in the 90s for you, Greener. Step to the point one of these nights. Lamb sends one down. It's tipped around in front, took a weird hop out in front, and finally cleared down the ice.
That hop was created by Slivchenko. He deflected that one up, and Curtis Joseph handled that one very delicately, and the Aeros still trail it 3-2.
Here comes Lamb left side. Hard dump in behind the net. It's picked up as the Aeros power play is over. DiPietro chipped it down and was deflected away. Loose puck gobbled up by Las Vegas, but then taken away by Slivchenko. Swats it down along the boards. Pinching was Mark Lamb. Jammed it down along for DiPietro. Here's Slivchenko shooting, but it was blocked by Gordmark. And it's skated out by Darcy Lowen. Pass right side, center ice for Rogers. Get it back for Lowen, moving down the right side, trying to cut in. Got through Turgeon. Here is Lowen back to the line. It's rolled to an open point, but Las Vegas is there. Darcy Lowen slams it into the Aero zone, and Jakes is back. Jakes to Turgeon. He'll move it out at center ice. Maurice trying to move it ahead, but back is Sergei Zholtok. Zholtok gets center, hits the Aero blue line. Good job of stick handling, and he will turn it back. Here's Forentino cutting in down the left side. Shooting, scoring! Peter Forentino, and it's a 4-2 Las Vegas lead.
Well, we've seen a couple guys get their first goal of the season tonight. Valamont, and now Forentino gets his first goal of the season. And that will give the Las Vegas Thunder a 2-goal blot as there's 3:18 left in the third period.
First of the year for Forentino, and the Aeros, unless they can put it together in a hurry, are going to drop 4 in a row. They had the lead twice, squandered the lead both times within a couple of minutes span, and now find themselves down by 2 with 3:18 to go. Face off at center ice. And it is controlled by Las Vegas, shot into the Aero end. And out of the net is Troy Gamble. Rolled along the boards and came out in front. And it's back into the Las Vegas zone. Here is Jeff, or actually that's Jean-Marc Richard. He's watched by Yo, chipped it off the boards, held in by O'Connor. Here's Yo turning with a shot. Nice right pad save made by Joseph, and he'll hold on. Wow. Yo was turning and ripped the bullet, but Curtis Joseph made a nice right pad save, and he holds on to that.
Joseph showing why he's strong at this point in the game. We've talked about it before. The difference between an average goaltender and one that really makes things happen is the guy who makes the saves with a few minutes remaining left in the game to hold his team to either a tie or a lead. He does have a 2-goal lead right now, but he's made some key saves throughout the game.
Freer, Yo, Townsend, as the Aeros have pulled Troy Gamble, they've got an extra attacker out there. Freer, Yo, Townsend, Lamb, O'Connor, and Valamont. And a face-off to the right side of Curtis Joseph. Shank was going to take the draw, but now I think it'll be Blaine Moore. So 6-on-5 for Houston. They're down by a couple goals, but they're up a man here with Troy Gamble on the bench. Sticks down, and we're waiting for him to drop the puck. Finally, they do, and the Aeros win it. O'Connor to the slot, and Valamont couldn't hold it in. And Valamont goes back to his own blue line. Here's Miles O'Connor now, watched by Todd Simon. Here comes O'Connor from right to left. Long lead pass nearly turned over, but Yo's got it right side across the line. Yo sends one, Lambs. He centered it, it was blocked. Scramble for the puck, got behind Joseph. And then I think Simon reached over there and flicked it out. It'll go all the way down the ice. And icing will be the call on Las Vegas, but Todd Simon making the save in front. And the face-off will come back into the Vegas zone.
The puck had squirted loose, but Simon puts his glove on it and throws it aside. And eventually they work it all the way down the ice for icing. But wow, Joseph didn't know where it was. It squirts through, and Simon, quick on the draw there with his hand, swatting it away. I tell you what, almost a goal for the Aeros as they jam it up in front. And somehow the puck, actually it was, if the referee would have seen it, I think Freer had his glove on it and he threw it out front. So if an Aero player would have knocked it on the net, there could have been a little discrepancy there, because as the referee might have called it off anyways, because Freer put that puck in front of the net with his glove, but then reacting in the same manner, Simon knocks the puck away as well. As you saw Terry Ruskowski there trying to find a way to get his team to tie this game with 2:19 left.
Off the face-off, the Aeros fighting for it behind the net. They've got it. Turgeon looks in front, centered the shot, just went wide as O'Connor redirected that one. In behind his Sharp will spank that off the boards. It'll go to the line, not out. O'Connor held it in, blasts it down for Lamb. He's hit by Sharples. In there, Las Vegas. It's tipped to the near side, and the Thunder come away with it. Joltok trying to clear, and it's jammed along the boards, and finally Gord Mark redirects it out at center ice. Miles O'Connor lobs it in over the glass and out of play. Had a little too much lob, and that'll bring a face-off back to center with 1:46 to go in the third. Vegas leads it by a score of 4-2. Paul DiPietro, here's a guy that's kind of been off the scoring column a little bit here as of late. But boy, when they get him going, that's going to be nice. Got one tonight, which is nice. Beautiful power play goal.
I tell you what, DiPietro could have had 3 or 4 tonight with some of the chances that he had. He really worked the puck in there, and I tell you what, Joseph robbed him about 2 or 3 times tonight. DiPietro did get the first goal of the game on the deflection off of Riccardi's stick, but after that, he's just been stonewalled by Curtis Joseph.
Out of the net is Joseph. He'll play it away, but Turgeon with the shot, and Joseph makes the save. He had to switch hands on the stick. Here's the shot by DiPietro, deflected away. Joseph's one of those goalies that switches hands with the stick there, and Turgeon just missed. Now the shot stuck aside by Joseph. Unbelievable. Here's the shot in front, and again, Cujo! Wow! Here's Laniel, turns it down for Maurice, centered it through the crease, but it came to the line. Lamb spanked it down, Conroy, behind the net, Maurice, bumped by Gord Mark, and a penalty coming up to Gordy Mark. I think he's going to get a cross-check or a hold. It will be holding, and the Aeros are going to go on the power play with 1:07 remaining, so they'll have a 2-man advantage. But I'll tell you what, Curtis Joseph got caught up handling the stick and the puck, and Sylvain Turgeon a marvelous chance, but couldn't get it by him.
Yeah, Joseph got a little carried away there as he caught the puck, and instead of holding it, he dropped it to the ice, flipped his stick around and tried to backhand a high one all the way down the ice, but he kind of fanned on it. Turgeon got the puck, and somehow Joseph got back in his net and made the save.
I'm Terry Ruskowski. I call timeout right now and sort the troops out, but boy, look at that stop by Curtis Joseph.
He does, and then right after that, he made about 2 or 3 saves on the back door, trying to redeem himself, as that could have cost him a goal. The Aeros need 2, but I think you're right, and Terry Ruskowski will take a timeout.
So the boys will come to the bench and they will diagram something here. They need 2. 1:07 left, and I'll tell you what, it's been a good night for the Aeros, even though they're down by 2. Troy Gamble played very well, and I think, as far as I'm concerned, played injured.
Yeah, well, yes, he was nursing that hip flexor. I think it just got worse on him during the game, as he's called on to make a lot of those types of saves.
And the nice thing is the Aeros don't play again until Wednesday.
So he'll have some time to recover, and of course there's Dobson, who is sitting idle tonight, but he could be in there as well. So a couple possibilities, but right now the only possibilities that the Aeros want to think about are goal-scoring possibilities. And with this power play chance, they keep the goalie out. They'll have a two-man advantage. They get a quick goal at them. I tell you what, you get back on there and you pull the goalie again, and you can have a 6-on-5 advantage for a while. Maybe you get 2 goals. This is a perfect opportunity if you're going to get an opportunity at all.
Face off left side of Curtis Joseph. Once again, hot net minding.
Goaltending makes a difference, I tell you what. That, and I tell you what, you have to score 3 or 4 goals in this league to win, and when you have a goalie that won't allow you more than 2, it's pretty tough to do.
Aeros win the draw. Here's Al Conroy, one-time slap shot, deflected away and up over the glass with 1:02 remaining.
A good shot by Conroy. It gets it up a little too high, and the guys, I think referee Scott Hansen's going to say it goes outside the zone, but the guys are arguing that it hit the net. We'll have a good look at it here as the puck comes up.
I thought Joseph got it.
And I'm not sure what it hit. It had to have hit something at that point because it went up into the stands. So they're arguing that either hit Joseph's glove or the crossbar, but all the arguing in the world won't get the puck back inside the zone until the Aeros put it there as the faceoff comes outside.
Freer against Todd Simon, and the Aeros will have it. Conroy at center ice, quick pass. Turgeon moving down right wing. Under a minute to go. Puck center deep. Pietro scores! He scores, and the Aeros are within 1. But I think Mark Freer may have paid a price.
Well, I don't know if it was a dirty play or not, but
now Riccardi and Townsend are going to go.
Riccardi's chasing him.
And look at Riccardi spear him. Here we go.
Well, we knew that something like this could happen, and here it is as Freer takes a bad shot after a goal scored, and Townsend chases down Riccardi, and I think Townsend must have said, I didn't see what happened on the play, but it was obviously a dirty play because Townsend chases Riccardi down the ice.
Right now they're pretty well grappling. Riccardi one tough customer, but Townsend takes him down.
Well, I tell you what, that goal, a great job as DiPietro gets a goal, his second of the game, and DiPietro finally rewarded for so many chances as he took 2 or 3, maybe 4 good shots on Joseph. He scored on 2 of them now, and DiPietro coming alive at the end of the game here. They still need 1 to tie this one up, but a good job by Turgeon centering it. It goes by Freer, and then the goal goes in. Now watch Freer if you get a shot.
Oh, wow, right into the crossbar.
He gets slammed into the crossbar. A real dirty play by Riccardi. And I tell you what, I don't know if the referee saw the original play. You'll get a great angle here as you'll see him get hit from behind right into the crossbar. And I tell you what, that's about as dirty as it comes. And I think Townsend was justified to chase him down.
Well, they got to kick him out of the game, but, you know, hey, this doesn't really seem to justify it with 53 seconds left. I mean, if you're the Aeros now, you're probably going to get another power play. That's a power play goal, and you're going to find yourself now back on the power play most likely.
Well, I sure hope so after something like that. Now, once again, it depends on how it's determined here. Hansen could call Townsend for instigating something and get the extra 2. So, I mean, that might just even things out. You never know. But I tell you what, just after the goal was scored, tell you what, Mark Freer gets rammed pretty hard into that crossbar.
Well, right now, Scott Hansen handing out the penalties. 53 seconds to go. Actually, the better part of 53. And 5 minutes are going up on the board to Jeff Riccardi. And, you know, here's the thing. You hope Graham Townsend doesn't get the 2 for instigating. Why? The new rule in the IHL says that if you get an instigating in the last 5 minutes, or is it 2 minutes? Last 2 minutes, I think. You pick up an automatic suspension for 1 game.
Yes, you do. I tell you what, you're right. And with the Aeros right now lacking in bodies, they don't need that as they have injuries, and they obviously Arneal out for the game against Atlanta there, so he went home for a break. I tell you what, they need some bodies, and losing him won't help.
Well, I think we got to look at what transpired with Graham Townsend and Jeff Riccardi afterward. They square off, and look at the little Riccardi didn't want any part of it, and then he gets in there.
Time of the penalties, 19:06.
And now Rob Dobson is going into the game. I think Gams is, this is just so that Dauber can...
You know, I think what here's a fan who really must enjoy the fighting. As you can see,
nah.
But you know, I don't know. I'm not sure what the thinking behind this is. But yeah, Dobson is in the game.
Well, I think
now.
what it is, just because of the face-off at center ice, he'll come to the bench. But I think they
need someone who can skate fast, because Gamble, does have that pulled hip flexor.
Aeros turn it in, but Ruslan Soleil is there, and he'll hammer it into the Aeros zone. Back to play it is Mark Lamb. 45 seconds left. Aeros still need a goal. Let's see if they can do it. Oh, puck turned over, though. DiPietro gave it away to Rogers. Rogers turning it. The Aeros are on the power play. They'll have a 6-on-4 if they hurry, but they're down to 34 seconds. Here comes Conroy. Dobson will skate to the bench. It's shot ahead into the zone. It's icing unless the Aeros can get there. Freer fighting for it. Soleil got there, and that is icing once again. And Dobson will go right back into the game.
25 seconds left. I've seen goals scored with this time left, but I tell you what, the Aeros will have to win the face-off and get a good breakout pass and get some bodies down the ice in a hurry, because 25 seconds, you don't have time to fool around behind your net with it, and Dobson will go back into the net.
Face-off will come to the left side of Rob Dobson. Too bad he's not still wearing his mic.
It could give you a good insight as to what's going on.
Face off to his left. Lowen against Freer. And it is controlled by Houston, but they can't control it any longer. Richard had it. Tipped by Turgeon, trying to get it out of the zone. And we're down to 15 seconds. Aeros move it down. Freer cutting in. Freer has Turgeon in front, but can't get it to him as Dobson came to the bench. 8 seconds left. Puck cleared. Aeros have a chance. Here's Lamb. Shoots! Oh, deflected away at the last second. It's behind the net, and that'll be the hockey game. That is it. Well, the Aeros made it interesting, but Curtis Joseph and the Las Vegas Thunder hold on, and Joseph gets his 9th win of the year. He's now 9-1, and the Thunder have now won 4 in a row, while the Aeros on the other side.
Today.